in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it, let's go. Yeah, let's go, let's get it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nothing better than kicking it with Auntie Leah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you for coming back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. I really appreciate you guys coming back and being patient with me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Hi, Shakia. Well, I'm glad. Thank the Lord for your phone, ma'am, for sending you over here, because we did try to do this earlier today, but the devil tried to sabotage the live. But I don't give up. I was so angry tonight, though. I wanted to give up. I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm done. But I'm so glad that you guys, decided to come back and chill with me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you cannot hear me. Again, welcome to Kicking It with Auntie Leah. I really wanted to get into this topic tonight. So I was so angry earlier that everything was happening the way that it happened. But I'm so grateful, that I'm here now and that you guys are with me. So thank you, A-Temper. Welcome. Thank you for coming back, Mod. I appreciate all my mods. I appreciate all my subscribers, my family. I'm so glad that you guys came back to kick it with me. And so we're going to get right into this video. And we're going to dive deep in. Please ask your questions. Please offer your information. I don't know a lot about what happened to Kim Porter. I do know that whatever happened to her wasn't natural. And I do not believe that she died of limonia. Limonia is what Jack calls her. And I'm like, Jack, I see you. If you're here, I'm right here with you. Limonia, because she was young, she was vibrant. Al B. Sure has testified that she was healthy. So we don't know what happened, but we're trying to figure out what happened. And hopefully they will open up the case. Why Diddy is on trial in 2025 with his nefarious self. I said what he said. Let's get right into the video, guys. Hi, Sassy. Let's get into the video, guys. Let me see if Auntie can get this right. The devil tried to stop us earlier, but we do not give in. Let's get it.
Kim died from pneumonia.
Right.
But
Share the line.
The first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. Then right after that, Al had a meeting, and our survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning, just him. Kim died from pneumonia.
Kim
Hey,
Porter.
MJ.
Kimberly
Thank you for
Antoinette
coming back.
Porter was an American model and actress. Career. Porter was from Columbus, Georgia. She began modeling as a teenager and was also a debutante. In 1988, she graduated from Columbus High School and moved to Atlanta, Georgia, to further her modeling career. She appeared in films and TV series such as The Brothers, Wicked Wicked Games, The System Within, Six Single Ladies, and Mama, I Want to Sing. Porter appeared in a number of music videos, and she worked as a receptionist at Uptown Records, after being hired by founder Andre Harrell. Porter was one of the founders of Three Brown Girls, a lifestyle planning company in Atlanta, alongside college friends Nicole Cook
Master
Johnson
Life
and
button.
Ebony
Share
Electra.
live, guys.
Porter and the company helped start singer Janelle Monáe's career in the music industry, after inviting them to an open mic night and introducing them to industry contacts. Monáe said that they were forever indebted to Porter for believing in them. Kim Porter. Personal life. Porter had a son, Quincy Brown, with singer L.B. Shore, to whom she was married from 1989 until either late 1990 or 1991.
Hey, Janine.
From 1994 until
Welcome.
2007, Porter had an on and off relationship with rapper and record executive Sean Combs. They had a son, Christian, and twin daughters, Jessie and Lila. Death. Porter died on November 15, 2018, in Toluca Lake, California after several days of flu-like symptoms. Her cause of death was listed as deferred on her death certificate, and after an autopsy was completed on November 16, 2018, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office confirmed on January 25, 2019, that her death was a result of lobar pneumonia. Her funeral at Cascade Hills Baptist Church in Columbus, Georgia, was attended by hundreds of mourners, including Sean Combs. Her remains were interred at Evergreen Memorial Park in Columbus, Georgia. In 2023, Combs included a tribute song to Porter on his album The Love Album, Off the Grid, entitled Kim Porter, featuring Babyface and John Legend. Filmography. References. 1 Parker Ryan. Kim Porter, model and actress, dies at 47. The Hollywood Reporter. Retrieved November 22, 2023. 2 Parker Naja. Kim Porter to be buried in her Columbus, Georgia hometown YSXXHNVVV1V P8 Buell. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Retrieved November 22, 2023. 3 Sumbry Josiah. Columbus Girl Model of the South Com article Ledger Inquirer Columbus Girl Model of 135792684. Ledger Inquirer. PB3. Retrieved November 27, 2023.
Hey, Kathy.
4 Sip Pal Margot. Model and actress Kim Porter found dead at 47 http. Variety. Retrieved November 22, 2023. 5 Christian Margina A. Kim Porter keeps pushing while balancing motherhood and career. Jet.
Girl, me too.
11356. 60 Retrieved November 22, 2023. 6 Lentz 3 Harris M. Obituaries in the Performing Arts. 2018 SID equals CFWA DWAQ Bijink equals PT 319. McFarland. Page 319.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Albie Shore, Heavy D, and Kim left.
Let me ask you guys something. Have you guys really thought about that? The fact that this radio station started with 5 people and only 2 are left, and one of those 2 that are left almost passed away. How ironic. That's crazy, right? Nefarious.
Puffy and Al almost died.
Looking at live pictures from the home of Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, HSI is on the scene right now. We also do have video from his home in Los Angeles. HSI Los Angeles is on scene there.
We gonna get you and your little dog too.
You know the saying that goes, where there's some, there's fire? Well, Jaguar Wright dropped some bombshell concerning Diddy's alleged involvement in the demise of Kim Porter, and it's causing quite a stir. So, what exactly did she say? In a revealing 2022 video, Jaguar Wright uncovered significant details about the original 5 trailblazers of Uptown Records: Andre Harrell, Heavy D, Al B. Sure, Puffy, and Kim Porter, often hailed as the Mount Rushmore members. According to Jaguar Wright, Kim Porter, Andre Harrell, and Heavy D tragically succumbed to mysterious circumstances.
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead.
Jaguar Wright also pointed out a brush with death experienced by Al B. Sure, indicating a pattern among the group.
The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
Furthermore, Wright disclosed that 3 out of the 4 deceased individuals were in the process of writing books before their untimely deaths. Al B. Sure, on the other hand, was actively involved in creating a documentary. However, Jaguar Wright hinted at suspicions surrounding the lone surviving member, Diddy, formerly known as Puffy, insinuating a sense of skepticism regarding his involvement or knowledge surrounding the circumstances of their deaths. For context, Uptown Records was founded in 1986 by the visionary Andre Harrell.
Do you guys remember who Adi implicated in his interview? He said who? He said Diddy, DJ Khaled, allegedly, and Rick Ross. Allegedly. Did we not just see DJ Khaled with his arm around Diddy? Yeah. Suspect.
A former rapper who sought to redefine the landscape of R&B and hip-hop, Uptown quickly became a powerhouse in the industry, nurturing talent and shaping the sounds of a generation. The early years of Uptown Records were marked by a string of successes that solidified its reputation as a breeding ground for groundbreaking artists. From the infectious grooves of Heavy D and the Boys to the soulful stylings of Al B. Sure, and the groundbreaking sound of Guy, Uptown Records was at the forefront of the emerging new jack swing movement. Their artists dominated the charts, earning critical acclaim and commercial success in equal measure. Tragedy struck in 1990 with the untimely death of Trouble T. Roy, a member of Heavy D and the Boys, who fell victim to an accidental fall while on tour. The loss.
FYI, guys, that happened in my state. I was a teenager when Trouble T fell to his death at the Market Square Arena. I was there and I saw it. Such a tragedy.
Reverberated throughout the music community, underscoring the fragility of life and the bonds forged between artists and their fans. Despite the challenges, Uptown Records continued to thrive, welcoming a new generation of talent into its fold. Among them was a young intern named Sean Puffy Combs, whose ambition and vision would shape the future of the label and the industry at large. Combs worked tirelessly with acts like Joe Disi, Father MC, and Mary J. Blige, blending hip-hop and R&B in groundbreaking ways that would define the sound of the 1990s. The early 1990s saw Uptown Records reach new heights of success, with Mary J. Blige emerging as a breakout star with her debut album, What's the 411? The album, produced by Combs, showcased Blige's raw talent and emotional depth, earning her the title of the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul. It was a testament to the collaborative spirit and innovative approach that defined Uptown Records under Harrell's leadership. However, tragedy struck once again with the deaths of 3 iconic figures associated with Uptown Records. In 2011, the world mourned the loss of Heavy D, the charismatic rapper and actor whose larger-than-life persona had captivated audiences for decades. His passing marked the end of an era and served as a reminder of the enduring impact of his music and influence. Then, in 2018, the sudden and unexpected death of Kim Porter sent shockwaves through the music community. As the mother of 3 children with Sean Diddy Combs, Porter had been a central figure in the Uptown Records family, known for her grace, kindness, and unwavering support of the artists and visionaries who passed through its doors. Finally, in 2020, the world said goodbye to Andre Harrell, the visionary founder of Uptown Records, whose passion and dedication had propelled the label to greatness. While the deaths of these iconic figures were heartbreaking, fans initially believed they passed away from natural causes. However, Jaguar Wright shed light on what really went down behind the scenes, especially concerning Kim Porter's demise. Apparently, before Kim's unfortunate demise, the mother of four was planning to release a tell-all book about her high-profile relationships in the music world. And this has certainly made fans believe it was a possible motive for Kim to be unalived. However, the brunette beauty's hairstylist, Lisa Pope, claimed that though her friend did dream of writing a book, it would have been about how to raise well-mannered children in Hollywood. I can attest to the amazingly well-mannered children she raised, Lisa wrote a little over a week after Kim's passing. Our strongest bond was our role as parents. However, fans were not convinced by Lisa's claims since it was evident that Kim had witnessed a lot of things while she was with Diddy, and she might have wanted to expose his evil deeds. You see, the two had actually met when Kim was an A&R executive at Uptown Records, and she was working there as a receptionist. They started dating back in 1994 and continued to have an on-off relationship for 13 years. In 1998, Kim and Diddy welcomed their first child together, a son named Christian Casey, and Diddy also adopted Quincy, Kim's son, with Al B. Sure. However, Kim and Diddy broke up just a year later because Diddy had started a secret relationship with Jennifer Lopez while Kim was pregnant with Christian. Diddy and J-Lo dated for 2 years before he and Kim reconciled. Kim later claimed that Diddy's relationship with J-Lo was just a publicity stunt and that Diddy got caught up in the hype. 3 years later, Kim and Diddy welcomed twin daughters, Delilah Starr and Jessie James, in 2003. However, Diddy refused to marry Kim, claiming that he just wasn't ready. In his December 2006 interview with Essence magazine, Diddy said, "I know she deserves to get married, but I'm just not ready." He also added, "It's that I'm just learning how to be a good boyfriend. When I'm finished with this step, I'll move on to the next." In any case, Diddy and Kim's relationship took a significant turn during one of their separations when Kim entered into a connection with Shakir Stewart, an individual employed at Def Jam. The revelation of Kim's involvement with Shakir reportedly triggered a furious reaction from Diddy, leading to a heat.
How many of you guys know that Shakir Stewart also had a very mysterious unaliving? Yeah. His unaliving, or his death, or whatever you want to call it, was also mysterious and has been called into question. What did you do, Diddy? That's all I'm asking.
Argument that left Kim with a broken nose. Apparently, the dispute unfolded on Combs' yacht in Saint-Tropez, prompting the involvement of a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva to address Kim's broken nose. Intriguingly, Kim later suggested an alternative explanation, asserting that her facial injury resulted from accidentally striking her nose on a table. The narrative takes a darker turn on November 1st, 2008, when Shakir Stewart was discovered dead in his Atlanta residence, the victim of a self-inflicted shot wound, according to official determinations. However, suspicions of foul play swiftly emerged, with fingers pointed at Diddy. Allegations of a previous violent encounter between Diddy and Shakir surfaced, with a source informing media takeout that Diddy had previously assaulted Shakir severely. The source claimed that Diddy, upon discovering Kim's association with Shakir, tracked down to his hotel and proceeded him without the presence of security, resulting in a brutal beating. The controversy surrounding Kim, Diddy, and Shakir intensified, raising questions about the nature of their relationships and the events leading up to Shakir's tragic demise. The whispers of foul play persisted, challenging the official ruling of and adding layers of complexity to an already intricate narrative. Meanwhile, just months after Kim welcomed their twins, Delilah and Jessie, she and Diddy broke up for the final time in July 2007.
Kim Porter says she dumped Diddy.
I feel like,
in a statement to the TV show The Insider, she says she decided to end what she calls her on-again, off-again relationship with Sean Diddy Combs.
Kim moved out of the New York apartment she shared with Diddy, and it was later revealed that Kim dumped Diddy after he admitted that he had welcomed a secret love child with his longtime associate, Sarah Chapman. Despite all of this drama, Kim and Diddy remained amicable and continued to co-parent their children, and Kim was said to be glue of the family. But it happened that just a tad over 2 weeks before the heartbreaking news of Kim's passing, he attended a Hollywood event with Diddy. What was this grand affair, you ask? None other than the glitzy premiere of Netflix's The Holiday Calendar, a film starring none other than Kim's own son, Quincy Brown. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Rumor has it that Kim might not have been too thrilled about gracing the event with her presence, and who could blame her? Word on the grapevine is that her health might not have been in the best shape. But
That's
guess
a
who was
lie.
allegedly playing the role of the relentless persuader? Writer? None other than Diddy, the man with a penchant for the perfect family facade. Seems like Diddy had his sights set on flaunting that picture-perfect image of his blended family, and he wasn't letting a little thing like Kim's well-being stand in the way. It's almost like
Hey,
he wanted to
JK.
orchestrate a live photo shoot to
Juicy
prove his
Juice.
undying support for his
Welcome.
adopted son, Quincy, all while compromising on Kim's well-being. So, in this elaborate tableau captured in Los Angeles on October 30th, Quincy, the adopted but not really son of Diddy, was smack in the center of it all. Surrounding him were his then 11-year-old twin sisters, looking all cute and coordinated. Diddy's son, Justin, was conveniently placed next to his dear old dad, while Kim, the supposed unwilling participant, was positioned beside her ex, possibly with a forced smile. You see, the fact that Kim went out for this event and probably drunk some bubbly might have made her flu symptoms worse. According to the coroner's report, weeks before her tragic demise, Porter had complained of a sore throat which developed into a fever of 102 degrees. Fans are now suggesting that the fateful night out during the peak of flu symptoms might have...
Guys, doesn't that sound like COVID? Even they tried to act like COVID came out in 2019. This was the end of 2018. Doesn't her symptoms sound like COVID? Just asking. A man-made disease. Just saying.
Played a role in her tragic demise. Medical professionals worldwide warn against disregarding flu symptoms, especially in favor of late-night outings consumption. The combination of flu symptoms intake can lead to a compromised immune system, delayed recovery, and heightened risk of complications. Experts underline the importance of rest, proper hydration, and abstaining from alcohol when battling the flu. Moreover, the risk of spreading the flu virus to others cannot be overlooked, particularly when mingling in crowded social settings. Porter's decision to disregard this concern may have unwittingly placed others in harm's way. While it's critical to note that no official confirmation has linked Porter's night out to her tragic passing, the speculation alone serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of neglecting one's health for socialization. In any case, the model and actor died unexpectedly on the 15th of November 2018 after contracting a form of pneumonia. Now you might be thinking, how could Diddy have known that she was sick? Wasn't he her ex? Well, Diddy knew all along that Kim was sick. He revealed this while speaking in a 2018 May issue of Essence magazine, where he began by saying that his world was turned upside down after Porter's death and revealed she told him she wasn't feeling well 3 days before she passed away. 3 days before she passed, she wasn't feeling well, he said. She had the flu, and she sent the kids over to my house so they wouldn't get sick.
This is the flu
One night
or
I
was it
checking on her,
pneumonia?
and she was like, Puffy, take care of my babies.
Which one
he
is it?
candidly revealed. She actually said that to me before she died. Many people felt that her demise was highly suspicious, and one of them was Kim's ex-husband, Al B. Sure. In July 2020, Al shared a since-deleted video of himself and wrote, I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's M and how it ripped the soul from my physical body. I was on my way to film the pre-show packages for the BT Awards with Tisha Campbell Martin and Tachina Arnold when I receive a call from PR icon Queenie Donaldson asking me if I was okay and did I hear the news. I had no clue. I do know very clearly that hashtag Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS. Really? This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health as well, laughing seeing me and Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here. In another post that has also been since deleted, Al revealed that Porter was running from something prior to her passing and that he encouraged her to call the FBI for help. She had confided in him about how scared she was about someone and that person was making life hard for her. And that's why he had suggested she look for legal help, but Kim might have been too scared to involve the police. Talking about that incident, Al took to social media and uploaded a photo of the former couple and captioned the
Hey,
shot.
Margie.
She sent me this saying, life imitating art, art imitating life. Now it all makes sense. Interestingly, mere months after sharing that post, Al found himself in a hospital bed grappling with multiple organ failure. Enduring a 2-month-long coma, he eventually defied the odds and pulled through. Additionally, earlier this year, Ed Winter, the coroner who allegedly performed the autopsy on Kim Porter, died under mysterious circumstances. On March 19th, TMZ announced that Winter had passed away in his LA residence from natural causes. He passed away at the age of 72. He investigated the deaths of multiple celebrities, including Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Brittany Murphy, Tom Petty, and as some people believe, Kim Porter. Meanwhile, other fans are claiming that prior to his demise, Winter was asked to re-examine the investigation surrounding her death. Now, netizens are speculating that Diddy played a role in the death of this coroner. So, Ed Winter, famed celebrity coroner, just so happened to also die after he was instructed to reopen Kim Porter's case to verify her original cause of death. One fan.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Was Ed Winter the very first coroner? Or is Ed Winter the second coroner that they hired to do an autopsy on Kim Porter? Does anyone know? Because I don't know. I know that it was two coroners that did an autopsy. They did not like the first diagnosis or analysis that the first coroner did, so they got rid of him and they got another one. Is Ed Winter the first or second coroner? Does anybody know? Please put it in the comments.
Questioned. A second fan claimed, "This is the tip of the iceberg. The coroner, Ed Winter, who did Kim Porter's autopsy,
Okay,
died
Stacey.
just as calls from her family to exhume her body." It's important to note that Diddy was never implicated in Winter's death by law enforcement. However, this apparent lack of connection between Diddy and the investigation has left many fans puzzled. Adding to the intrigue is the absence of any reports confirming Winter's involvement in Kim's autopsy. Anyway, just 6 months after the demise of Kim Porter, Diddy graced the May 2019 issue of Essence magazine, where he spoke about his grieving process. "I would be just like walking around crying just all the time," he told Miami. "It just hurts so bad, you know what I'm saying? I was just like not moving. I had like isolated myself, you know? It was rough. I really could not control crying. I would be anywhere and just any memory would just get me and really break me down."
Interesting.
Additionally, Diddy allegedly felt remorseful for being unfaithful to Kim when they were together. "The betrayal really affected Kim," Diddy said, before admitting that he feared that he may lose his best friend at one point in their relationship. As time went on and Diddy was able to face his new reality, he championed his religious connection as the factor that pulled him through. "Talking to God is what really got me through it," he
Which
expressed.
God, Diddy?
"I had a wonderful
What
life
God
and
did you
time with
talk to?
Kim. I have beautiful kids. I'm just like the luckiest man in the world to even have had the experience to have her in my life." However, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene, laughed at the appearance of grief Diddy puts up about Kim's death. He said Diddy broke Kim Porter's nose one time. "You used to be a WB," he said, referring to Diddy. "Talk about how you used to beat Misa Hylton. Talk about how you tried to beat Kim's A." Gene was asked about a song Diddy released titled Kim Porter, and Gene replied, "I think that's a great thing to do for the woman you claim to love." Then
So,
laughing, Gene
is
added, "To honor the
Cassie-
woman who gave you a scar on your wrist for the
is
rest of your
Regina
life that you could always
Augustine
look at and remember."
first
He added that if Diddy
coroner
ever
or the
tries to
second?
forget Kim, all he has to do is look at his wrist. Recounting the incident, Gene said,
He wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery.
Gene added that their relationship was violent and Kim was not allowed to be with anyone else. He said that Diddy could make it very uncomfortable if Kim tried to move on with anybody else. The interviewer then told Gene that it appears Diddy now regrets subjecting Kim to AB, but the ex-bodyguard said the rapper was just doing it for the public.
It does look like he, is living with a regret when it comes to her.
My man coulda, woulda, all that look good for the media.
In any case, fans believe that justice will soon be served for Kim Porter, especially with the ongoing investigations on Diddy. You see, a few weeks ago, federal agents raided the rapper's multi-million-dollar homes in Miami and Los Angeles. Homeland Security investigations seized Combs' phones in Miami before he was scheduled to depart for a trip to the Bahamas. While the investigation is ongoing, a source close to the investigation told NBC News that the raid was connected to allegations of ST and SA and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics. 3 women and 1 man had been interviewed by federal officials. The source shared in a March 25th statement to E! News, a rep for Homeland Security investigation said that they had executed law information as it becomes available. This raid followed recent SA allegations made by Diddy's producer. According to the lawsuit, Rodney Lil Rod Jones worked on Combs's most recent album, Love, and lived with him between September 2022 and November 2023. Jones alleges he was the victim of constant unsolicited and unauthorized and touching of his A by Mr. Combs. On one occasion, the lawsuit claims Jones was and disoriented in bed with Combs and two S workers. He alleges the music mogul him. The complaint also claims that, in his role as Combs's videographer, Jones secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. The illegal activity the suit alleges includes acquiring, soliciting S workers, providing laced drinks to minors, and SA. Jones's suit names several other defendants, including Combs's son Justin, Combs's chief of staff Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam. Combs's lawyer Sean Hawley denied Jones's allegations. "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies," she told People. In his suit, Jones says that he feared Combs was him, and that fear became a reality when actor Cuba Gooding Jr. allegedly assaulted him during an outing on the music mogul's yacht. The actor began touching and fondling Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back near his and his shoulders, the complaint alleges. Mr. Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Gooding Jr. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. An amended version of the lawsuit filed in late March names Gooding Jr. as a defendant.
Guys, you know what's crazy is that I really did like Cuba Jr. I looked at him, looked up to him. I thought he was an amazing actor. But to hear the accusations against Cuba Gooding Jr. by more than one person, by more than one incident, yeah, it's crazy how we really don't know Hollywood, how we really don't know the entertainment segment, or industry or whatever. It's just nuts, guys. You got to stay woke.
Reported. The lawsuit also says that Combs's circle enabled his behavior in order to have access to celebrities that he knew and socialized with. Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties, the suit read. In any case, with these investigations, many people feel that a lot of Diddy's dark past will be uncovered. And maybe, just maybe, we can finally understand what happened to Kim Porter and other members of Uptown Records. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
Kimberly Antoinette Porter was born on December 15, 1970 in Columbus, Georgia, to Sarah Lee Goodwin Porter and Jake Porter. Her parents divorced when she was 3, and she credited her mother and maternal grandmother for raising her. She was an only child, but grew up with her cousins as her siblings. She was surrounded by women who were go-getters. Her grandmother, Lila Starr, opened the Royal Cafe, a soul food restaurant, in 1964. It operated nearly 60 years until it temporarily closed around 2022. There are plans to reopen the cafe. Her mother, Sarah, graduated from the HBCU Albany State University and later became one of the first Black women to obtain a master's degree from Troy University. She later retired from the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice. Kim described her childhood as happy, but her family taught her discipline at a young age. She was enrolled in dance classes and was a talented pianist, playing into adulthood.
Mom would say, "Kim, go play and it's time to practice your piano." So she was like, "Tree, come sit with me and play my piano." So I would sit here with her, and she taught me to play Annie.
Sing now, sing, do something. Come on, Lord.
She worked at her grandmother's cafe, developing hospitality and culinary skills. She made lifelong friends while growing up in Columbus, including future superstar producer Dallas Austin. Their bond would be the inspiration behind the film Drumline.
Okay. Is he still alive?
She was a bright student, with one of her high school teachers recalling how measured she was in her responses in the classroom. He encouraged her to pursue a law career, and she nearly pivoted to a career as an attorney. But her first love had long been modeling. She trained at a local modeling school while balancing her academic responsibilities. She was a part of the marching band at Columbus High School and was crowned the school's homecoming queen. At 17, she won the Fresh Faces Model of the South pageant in Hilton Head, South Carolina, becoming the first Black contestant to ever win the competition. The victory opened a world of new possibilities, such as the opportunity to work in New York. After she graduated from high school in 1988, she met Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records. Andre later introduced her to R&B's hottest breakout star, Al B. Sure, whose real name is Albert Brown II.
Introduced us. He actually came up to me and he was like, Kim, do you want to meet Al B. Sure? And I'm like, yeah.
And I was, whoa. I was like, wow.
He was nice. He was very genuine and sweet and compassionate. And those are the things that I fell in love with, outside of his good looks.
She was old.
They quickly became an item, and Kim became his muse. Many of Kim's modeling jobs were in Paris and Milan, so Al frequently traveled overseas to see her. Al would later claim during this period he and Kim married. It's not clear if this union was legally binding or strictly spiritual, but either way, they were in love. She appeared in his Misunderstanding music video, released in 1990. Kim and Al found out they were expecting that same year. Their pending arrival became the inspiration behind one of the defining slow jams of the era, Jodeci's Forever My Lady.
I started to write the song, Forever My Lady, and it was about Kimberly. The song was about Kim. So you having my baby, it means so much to me.
And I remember they were working on the song and they couldn't come up with the lyrics. And Al looked at me and he was like, so you're having my baby. And I was like,
On June 4th, 1991, Kim gave birth to Quincy Taylor Brown, which also happens to be Al's birthday. He was named after Al's mentor, Quincy Jones. One day while the young family was at Uptown Records, a young Sean Puff Daddy Combs would encounter Kim Porter for the first time. He was enthralled. During a 2006 interview with Essence magazine, Puffy recalled the first time he met Kim. The first time I saw her, she was at the studio with her ex-boyfriend. I wasn't trying to holler at her or anything, but I was admiring her. Her lips, her eyes, her mouth, her shape, her energy, and thinking, I wish I had a girl like that. He would reiterate these thoughts at her funeral, even noting how affectionate she was as a mother. Now, let's set the stage for where Al and Puffy were in this time in their lives. In some ways, it mirrors a Greek tragedy, and Kim is like Helen of Troy. If Greek mythology isn't your thing, Helen of Troy is a mythological figure who is said to be the most beautiful woman in Greece. She is married to the king of Sparta and kidnapped by his rival, leading to the Trojan War. There are variations of the war, but ultimately, the man who wins Helen wins the war and controls the narrative. Al and Puffy were the first generation of stars to be raised in hip-hop. The genre made great commercial strides in the 80s, like getting played on MTV, Run DMC's landmark collaboration with Aerosmith on Walk This Way, and its undeniable influence on dance and fashion.
Absolutely.
Still, the sound was struggling for respect as an actual music genre. Al grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, and was active in the hip-hop scene, but decided to pursue singing. He was the starting quarterback at a local high school and turned down a football scholarship to pursue music. He entered the Sony Innovators Talent Search in 1987, and Quincy Jones hand-selected him as the winner. Al was granted creative control over his debut album, In Effect Mode, and despite the potential to be a pop star, he never forgot hip-hop. He became one of the first artists to blend hip-hop and R&B, pioneering what we now know as New Jack Swing. His sound started to be requested out the industry. Icons like Diana Ross lead his musical generation. Puffy also grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. He played football too, but unlike Al, he was teased on the sideline. In fact, one of the ways he got the nickname Puffy was because he tried to inflate his size to get the respect of his teammates. He hustled his way up the industry hierarchy, first as a dancer, a bit part actor, and later an intern at Uptown Records. In the early stages of his career, Puffy openly spoke on his resentment on how more established stars were not open to hip-hop. In other words, Al B. Sure was the man Puffy had to beat. All before the age of 25, Al had the athleticism, mainstream acceptance. One overseas became too much as the new mother. She began working as a receptionist at Uptown Records, which of course allowed Puffy to see more of her. Around this time, the pressures of fame and youth started to take a toll on Al and Kim's relationship.
Al was very jealous, and guys were all over Kim all the time because she was so pretty. So I just remember Al and me talking to him all the time saying, boy, fall back. You know, she's not going anywhere. But he was very possessive.
You would have girls like throwing themselves, literally throwing themselves, throwing their panties, giving their numbers in front of me when I'm there, when I'm not there. I'm a very secure person, but that's a lot to have to deal with at all times.
He's controlling her, she's controlling him, she's acting out. It's not gonna work.
To compound the situation, Al had a child with another woman around the time Quincy was born.
When someone cheats and they have a child with someone else, that's my boundary. You know, that's, for me, that's where I draw the line. And so with that happening, it made it a little easier to leave.
It was an acrimonious split. It wasn't fuzzy and warm, or it wasn't amicable. And so Al faced a lot of challenges being a father with an estranged mother.
Obviously, I hadn't gone through the maturation process of, I'm still young, come on, I'll be sure, and I'm on the road, and it's pandemonium, and it's crazy and stuff. I jacked that one up. Yeah, I sure did.
We won't continue to dissect it in this video, but over the years, Puffy will lay claim to some of Al's achievements. When you examine history with a keen eye, you can decipher between the two, but up until recently, the public relations machine was in Puffy's favor. Puffy was fired from Uptown Records for unprofessionalism in 1993 and took his fledgling Bad Boy Records with him. He and his girlfriend, Misa Hilton, had a son, Justin Dior Combs, born on December 30th that year. Puffy and Misa had their own problems, also dealing with the pressures of youth and fame. In 1994, Kim and Puffy reconnected and officially became a couple. There has been a lot of chatter about Quincy's parental dynamic in terms of Al versus Puffy. Keep in mind, Quincy has said his grandmother, meaning Kim's mother, raised him, and he spent most of his childhood in Columbus, Georgia.
Your mama, man, what role did she play in your life, man? And talk about your relationship with her.
She was like my best friend. My grandma was like my mama.
Okay.
And I mean, every case is different, but we had a relationship that was like, I was able to treat her like a friend.
Yeah.
Without knowing that, because we was just so cool. Like I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
But that was a different relationship that we was able to develop, because with the balance of my grandma, it was almost like I had two moms.
Yeah.
I cannot speak for other cultures, but it is not unusual in Black American families, especially considering how young Kim and Al were. This is not a Quincy video, but since he is her child, hopefully that brings some clarity to Kim's story. Puffy was known to lavish Kim. Their mutual friend, Jessica Rosenblum, remembered Puffy often asked her to plan parties for Kim, saying it would have to be over the top and there would have to be roses. Even with a generous boyfriend, Kim continued to nurture her modeling career. She appeared in the music video for Jodeci's Fiendin'.
I got the man here in charge, sponsors Queen's running things, and his leading lady. All right. Now, did you do all the casting for this?
I did a lot of the casting for this.
What made you pick Miss Kimmy Kim?
This is a long-time friend of mine, you know. She was the most beautiful girl I know. I asked her to do the video. I said yes.
She also appeared in Heavy D's Nothing But Love and D'Angelo's Brown Sugar. Elevating to the top of NYC's social scene never made Kim forget her Southern roots, and she was instrumental in building connections as the South rose in prominence in hip-hop. At this same time, Puffy was in the thick of the East Coast-West Coast feud. The conflict came to a head with the tragic passings of Tupac Shakur and Christopher the Notorious B.I.G. Wallace. The losses were so devastating, the rapper Nas said some questioned if hip-hop would survive. But in the midst of the despair, Puffy ran a victory lap. He rehabilitated his image and emerged as a rap star in his own right, with his debut album selling over 5 million copies. He founded Sean John, a clothing line taken from his first and middle names, in 1998. Kim's modeling career continued to thrive, with her modeling for Fat Farm, Tommy Hilfiger, Coors, Pantene, and Revlon. She also modeled for the pages of Glamour, Essence, Town & Country, Cosmopolitan, Ale, and Honey. Puffy launched a magazine called Notorious, and he and Kim appeared on the cover of the April-May 1998 issue. It served as a pregnancy announcement too, with Puffy cradling Kim's growing belly. And on April 1st, 1998, Kim and Puffy became parents to Christian Casey Combs. You would think their bond would be stronger than ever, but the thing that drew Puffy to Kim pushed him away. He said, "I used to applaud when I walked in the room, and she was just too cool. I would tell her, I guess I'll go be with someone who take care of me the way I want to be taken care of, who will be more aggressive." He also said Kim wasn't, quote, really conforming the way I wanted her to conform, end quote. Puffy wrote an elaborate treatment for his 1997 hit single, Been Around the World. The video starred Vivica A. Fox, Quincy Jones, Wyclef Jean, and more, but the focus was on a budding actress named Jennifer Lopez. Puffy became infatuated with Jennifer after seeing her in the biopic Selena, when Jennifer played the late Tejano singer of the same name.
My light bulb went off. I just saw Selena. I said, I know Honey could dance. Let me call her, see if she's with it.
He was like, so you used to dance, right? And I go, yeah, I used to dance. And he's like, I think it's time to let people know that you can dance again. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You know?
On the video set, the electricity between Puffy and Jennifer was red hot.
I had my own sparks. You know what I'm saying? You look at Honey, my sparks was just flying all off me.
But neither was in a position to do anything about it.
She was married at the time, so I was in my own relationship, so I had to have self-control. And then we just became friends.
Kim discovered Puffy and Jennifer were having a fling while she was pregnant with Christian, but it managed to stay under the radar. In fact, many speculated Kim and Puffy might have been engaged when she was spotted with a huge rock on her left ring finger in July 1999. But in September that year, Puffy and Jennifer silenced speculation with their red carpet debut at the MTV Video Music Awards. The way celebrity couples were covered in the media would forever change. As the J-Lo tryst bloomed, Kim kicked Puffy out of their home, going as far as changing the locks. Still, Puffy called incessantly and would come to the home unannounced. Kim said he was calling 50, 60 times a day. Sometimes I wouldn't even talk to him because I was so angry. I couldn't be nice, Kim. I had to be, that B. Like, this is not going down. She also said Puffy was, quote, very intrusive, end quote, and she felt as if her life was not her own. Puffy balanced privately pining over Kim with basking in the glow of being one half of the new it couple. Puffy and Jennifer turned into a phenomenon. They provided sultriness and scandal. Jennifer was heating up the charts with music, and Puffy was fortified as a businessman. Things shifted when they were both implicated in a violent New York nightclub ruckus in December 1999, with Jennifer having charges dropped in less than a day. But the conversation shifted again when Jennifer donned that infamous green dress at the 42nd Annual Grammy Awards in 2000.
I had never seen nothing like that. It was like a movie. When Puffy showed up at the 2000 Grammys with Jennifer Lopez on his arm in a Versace dress that defied the laws of physics, he was the envy of men everywhere.
I don't really know how long it took her to get into the dress because I was getting dressed in another room. But I know it only took me a second to get out of it.
The dress changed the course of fashion for the new millennium. Google later created Google Images because the demand to see the dress was so high. But as legendary as the moment was, Puffy could not resist calling Kim. Kim recalled in a 2007 interview with Essence that she watched the ceremony with a friend. She told her friend, "I guarantee he'll call my phone before the credits roll off." And like clockwork, he called. Mainstream media reveled in Puffy's new love affair, but Kim had people rooting for her. The one thing Kim didn't like was people feeling sorry for her. She said, "Everywhere I went, people were asking, 'Are you okay?' I just hated that. People just believed everything they saw in print, and they were talking to me like I was really crushed. But I had just had a baby. I couldn't be somewhere in a corner heartbroken. I have kids. I'm a grown woman." Kim admitted tensions were flaring when she saw Puffy. She once threw a small TV at him in the heat of an argument. While Kim stopped short of saying Puffy was physical, various people in their camps have alleged that the arguments were more than verbal. Kim entered a new relationship with burgeoning music executive Shakir Stewart, an Oakland, California native and Morehouse College graduate. He was a mentee of impresario L.A. Reid. While at Reid's Hitco Music Publishing, he signed Beyonce to her first publishing deal. He was known as being affable from the streets to the boardroom and an incredible networker. He would be instrumental in Usher albums like 8701 and the blockbuster Confessions, and later signed Ciara, Rick Ross, and Jeezy to their first record deals and more. In 2000, L.A. Reid married the former Erica Houghton. The glitterati of the music industry arrived in Capri, Italy for the 3-day event. After the exchange of vows, Puffy confronted Shakir in his hotel and broke a chair over his head. The incident left Shakir with stitches, and Puffy allegedly threatened to end Shakir's life. The incident would be industry lore for years until it was confirmed in a December 2009 issue of Vibe magazine, and again in a May 2024 expose in Rolling Stone magazine. Shakir's mother, Portia, was so disturbed by Puffy's influence and how it could affect her son that she encouraged Shakir to leave the music industry. For context, remember the power paradigm of the industry in the early 2000s. L.A. Reid co-founded LaFace Records, which was distributed by Arista Records in 1989. As he transitioned from being a composer to a full-time executive, he fielded marquee acts like Toni Braxton, TLC, Usher, and Outkast. A January 2001 profile of L.A. Reid in New York Magazine illustrated the loyalty between L.A. and Puffy. Puffy heaped praise on L.A. for facilitating the meeting for his vulnerable Bad Boy records to be distributed by Arista in 1993. The two remained close, with L.A. being the godfather to Justin Combs. As L.A. sought to move up the music industry food chain, he touted being a conduit between Bad Boy and Arista as one of his finest achievements. Taking this decade-long hot streak into account, L.A. was selected as Arista's president/CEO after label founder Clive Davis was nudged out in 2000. This historic move made L.A. the first Black man to head a major label. When Puffy was asked in a New York profile how he felt about L.A. now being his boss, he responded with his legendary hubris: "Get the F out of here. I'm my own boss. He's my partner." The Puffy and LA connection runs much deeper, but to put it simply, Shakir Stewart was in an awkward position. Under circumstances still unclear, the Kim Porter and Shakir Stewart romance fizzled. Jennifer Lopez broke things off with Puffy in February 2001. He was found not guilty the next month of charges related to the December 1999 club incident. As rocky as things were between Kim and Puffy at this point, she said she prayed for him throughout the trial. After his acquittal, Puff Daddy rebranded himself as P. Diddy. Diddy had been financially unpredictable during this time. The aforementioned May 2024 expose in Rolling Stone magazine revealed Diddy ravished through cash registers of his restaurants, hinting at a cash flow issue. The day after the not guilty verdict, Kim sued Diddy for child support in New York family court. He was incensed because he felt Kim was taking advantage of his recent issues. Diddy was difficult throughout the process, with Kim's lawyer Suzanne Bracker alleging Diddy threatened her. During a conference call between Kim and Diddy's lawyers, he allegedly told Bracker, "I'm going to take care of you later." Bracker said his words, quote, "chilled me. I didn't think it was a threat. I know it was a threat," end quote. The parties agreed to a verbal settlement in December 2001, agreeing to monthly child support payments of $20,000 a month, with life insurance, medical expenses, extracurricular activities, nannies, and tuition being covered by Diddy. They officially settled in March 2002, where Diddy finally showed up for a hearing. The judge noted his previous absence, saying, "Mr. Combs, welcome to family court. This is the first time we've seen you here." Diddy quipped back with, "Yeah, I finally got around to coming." Diddy later tried to smooth things over, saying he did not want to waste the court's time and only wanted to come to court if an agreement had been made. Despite the legal sparring, Kim and Diddy could be seen chatting as they left court, showing the public just how complex their relationship was. Kim had also decided to move back to Georgia. Diddy went on a mission to win her back. He flew to see her every weekend and pleaded with her mother and grandmother, while some of Kim's relatives wanted to lay hands on him. Yet it was her father who convinced her to give Diddy another chance. She said, "I don't know what those conversations were like, but it was enough for my father to say to me, 'Kimberly, I made a mistake with your mother. We all make mistakes.'" She also said she saw a change in Diddy after his criminal trial. With time, she came around to a reunion. But Diddy was putting on another front to the public. He continued to act lovesick over Jennifer Lopez. Recent reports reveal he sent staffers to locations where she was working to woo her back. He had two major hits in 2002 with I Need a Girl Part 1 and I Need a Girl Part 2. Part 1 was a hip-hop ballad with your prototypical glossy bad boy music video. Diddy's love interest was a woman who had a J-Lo aesthetic, and he rapped the lines, "All them days that I reminisce about the way I used to kiss them pretty lips. But as long as you happy, I'ma tell you this. I love you, girl, and you're the one I will always miss." At this time, the rumor mill was churning that Jennifer's marriage to Chris Judd was on the rocks. People speculated Diddy was taking advantage of the discord. In a February 2002 interview with MTV, he downplayed the connection to Jennifer. He said, "That's the whole thing. I'm an eligible bachelor. I ain't begging for a girl. When you're in love with the business, it's kind of hard, but you got to balance it. I have messed up in relationships, and I ain't really trying to do that no more." The year went on, and Jennifer was now in an entanglement with her husband Chris and actor Ben Affleck, but people still wonder if Diddy was going to make a play. He was scheduled to perform both versions of I Need a Girl at the 2002 MTV Video Music Awards, with Jennifer also attending. Just when people were expecting this night to be his moment to beg her back, imagine the shock when Diddy arrived on a red carpet with Kim, looking splendid in Versace and diamonds. So there was a reunion indeed, but it was with Miss Porter. Kim settled back into life on the Northeast, with Diddy buying Kim a $6 million mansion in Alpine, New Jersey in 2004. She founded a lifestyle company called Three Brown Girls, often shortened to 3BG, with her close friends Ebony Electra and Nicole Cook Johnson. They were based in Atlanta but provided services nationwide. Kim came up with the name because they were often told, "You're a pretty brown girl." She coined their strategy as ultratainment, with them seeking to optimize energy, fashion, and networking in one setting, no matter the nature of the event. They organized events for the Congressional Black Caucus and hosted album release parties for artists like Estelle. Their signature event was Lip Service, a mixer held at Diddy's restaurant, Justin's. They would showcase the latest tastemakers and talent in Atlanta. It was here Janelle Monáe received her big break in the music industry. When Kim passed, Janelle said, "If it had not been for you and the Three Brown Girls' belief in me and inviting me out to your open night lip service at Justin's restaurant, my career would have been on another path. You lovingly connected me with two key players that helped move my career forward, Big Boy and Diddy, and I am forever indebted to you." Another artist whose career she was instrumental in helping is rapper Jeezy, who would eventually join Bad Boy South act Boys in the Hood.
Fire music.
Shouts out to Kim Porter for that. Rest in heaven, baby.
How did it come to be?
Kim Porter, which was Puffy's
longtime partner. Yeah.
She knew one of my she knew a guy named Block that actually had the group, and at the time I was working with Jazzy Faye.
And
she also became more ingratiated with the Sean John brand, appearing with Diddy in an ad for the Unforgivable fragrance. She was also a co-host of Diddy's Fashion Challenge for the 2005 MTV Video Music Awards.
So Jen, we're here with part two of Puffy's Diddy's Fashion Challenge. Kim and Zach are back. You've been out looking at all the great looking people.
Yes.
Who are the three best you've seen so far? You start.
Kanye was
Always
incredible.
Yeah.
I love it when a man can wear color, especially the color purple. That happens to be one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, it's hard to do
His
that.
pants, his whole look was incredible, especially for the color, and he looked so clean. Usher was hot too, but he's always hot.
Yeah.
What about you, Zach? What do you think?
Although people from their circle confirmed this time of their lives had issues, Kim and Diddy publicly seemed at ease and avoided major scandal. The year 2006 was so pivotal in Kim's life, we are going to dedicate a segment to it. Like the late 90s, this should have been a joyous time for her and Diddy, but scandal came knocking. Diddy, to some criticisms and to some cheers, transformed the image of the hip-hop businessman. No one had been quite the hybrid of record label owner, high-end, and rapper like him. He outlasted many of his peers. Let's put the year 2006 in perspective. New York's Golden Boys were having growing pains. Russell Simmons had already sold his share in Def Jam and transformed into a Yogi Bachelor after announcing his separation from his wife, Kimora Lee Simmons. Irv Gotti's empire was in shambles and had to regroup as the Inc. Jay-Z was a successful businessman, but trying to find his identity again as an elder statesman in hip-hop. But Bad Boy Records was having a resurgence. Reality TV became normalized as a form of entertainment. Diddy reintroduced himself to a new generation when he took the helms of MTV's Making the Band series. The South had gained respect in the rap game, and Diddy, being an early supporter of mainstreaming Southern Black culture, was expanding the Bad Boy sound. MySpace was the leading social media platform, and once unknown artists could become a digital sensation. MySpace did just that for Cassie Ventura, who signed to Bad Boy that year. Her debut single, Me and You, reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Danny T. Kane, his second act from Making the Band, scored a top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 with Showstopper, another anthem for the MySpace baddies. That single introduced another Bad Boy South artist, Atlanta's own Young Jock, who sung It's Going Down peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Diddy celebrated the bad boy renaissance at the 2006 BET Awards with Kim on his arm. Kim, Diddy, and the new bad boy roster took over the red carpet in white hot looks. And what unfolded in the coming months, the pictures of Diddy between Kim and Cassie became tabloid fodder. Just as Bad Boy was having its strongest commercial success in years, rumors started to creep up. By August 2006, reports started to circulate that Diddy fathered a child with another woman. In October 2006, celebrity blog Gossip reported someone from Cassie's camp informed them that she and Diddy had begun an intimate relationship. Now, to be fair, when Cassie sued Diddy in the fall of 2023, she stated in her complaint that she was pressured into the relationship in August 2007. I am not here to argue about it, but I am trying to set the tone for the time. It was also in late 2006, Kim and Diddy confirmed they were expecting twins in what was described as an unexpected pregnancy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We interrupt your browsing for this emergency announcement. This is my girl, Kim, my lovely girlfriend, KP, Kim Porter. And the other day, y'all, I woke up in the morning and, I was just looking at my girl. She's pregnant right now, as y'all can see. And I was just like staring at her, looking at how beautiful she is, She's so pretty. And I was noticing, I was like, baby, you're kind of big. Why are you so big? But not in a way that, she big that would upset her. And I'm just saying, like, she looked kind of big for the amount of months she is. And so I said, baby, I think we need to go to the doctor because you're kind of big. You look like you're ready to give birth right now. And so we went to the doctor, and guess what? Your boy Diddy is a champion. I am a champion. The doctor told me and Kim, and I'm telling you right now, no press announcement, I'm just telling people in my family that I'm having twins. It is official. Yes, two. World, y'all in trouble now. See that? Silky, smooth, cocoa butter skin. May God bless them. Thank y'all for your support.
Even with the pending arrivals, Kim tried to restart her acting career. Apart from her appearances in music videos, she previously appeared on The Cosby Show. In 2001, she played Sandra in The Brothers, starring Shamar Moore, Morris Chestnut, Bill Bellamy, and many other stars. She later appeared on an episode of Law & Order and had a part in the film The System Within. She had a 5-episode run in Wicked Wicked Games, acting alongside Tatum O'Neal. She was pregnant with the twins while shooting Wicked Wicked Games, but said her growing body did not slow her down. Once Kim began to show, she and Diddy had a public relations extravaganza for the arrival of the twins. Kim put on a brave face even as she heard Diddy had fathered another child.
Yes, we did.
Essence Magazine put them on the cover of its December 2006 issue.
Your boy Diddy.
Being two chocolate individuals, so make beautiful
is like the
chocolate
staple.
baby.
I'm so
Thrilled
thrilled that they're displaying Black
colors.
love. We don't get a chance to see too much of that, and we definitely demonstrate that, right, baby? Give me a kiss.
In what was supposed to be an image rehabilitating move, the feature sparked a backlash. Now remember, we are discussing this in the context of 2006. Many people felt the cover was disrespectful because Diddy refused to marry Kim. Once the article was released, the reactions grew worse. Kim was adamant that the Jennifer Lopez relationship was not real. She said, that relationship wasn't real. The world just saw the bright lights and the camera, but I knew what was really going on. He was still in love with me. Diddy had a different take. He said, Jennifer was my perfect match in terms of energy. I thought, I'll test the waters and hopefully Kim will see I'm serious and come running after me. While Diddy admitted he still carried a torch for Kim during the J-Lo years, his words were still viewed as a slight. When asked about their current relationship status, Diddy said this period was the most monogamous he had ever been. Mind you, at this point, Diddy knew he had fathered another child. He just had not admitted it to Kim and the rest of the world. When Kim was asked about her biggest fear with their relationship, she said it was that he would repeat his behavior. And mind you, Kim already knew about the new baby. To add further insult to injury, Diddy said he needed to learn how to be a good boyfriend before he considered getting married. Kim was adamant she did not want to get married because she had never seen a successful marriage. Kim was largely ridiculed for the interview, with some calling her delusional or saying she lacked standards. It definitely didn't help when Jennifer Lopez was questioned about Kim's comments, and Jennifer said, "I am not going to go there. Look, she knows what went on. I know what went on. And that is where we have to leave it. I am not going to discuss any of the details of that intimate relationship that I had with the public. It's just not necessary." Kim and Diddy kept giving public eye candy and set new trends with lavish baby showers, most notably Little Miss Diddy's Pretty in Pink. Their twins were born on December 21st, 2006. The oldest, Delilah Star, was born 2 minutes before her twin, Jessie James. They were named after their parents' maternal grandmothers.
Today, God is the greatest. He blessed me and my girlfriend Kim in the world with 2 beautiful baby girls. I want y'all to be the first to know. Their names are, let me tell you why their names, how we named them. See, there's 2 very important people that have influenced me and Kim's life, and that's our grandmothers. And probably like y'all out there, you know, your grandmother, you have special memories of your grandmother. My grandmother's not here right now, so she's very, very special to me. My grandmother's name was Jessie Smalls. Her grandmother's name is Lila Star. Her grandmother's name is Lila Star. So we named the babies Delilah Star Combs.
The twins were debuted in a cozy feature in People magazine. But as the world was shown the happier aspects of their lives, Diddy finally told Kim one of his worst kept secrets. He informed Kim he had possibly fathered another child. Kim told him she already knew. She said, "I would have preferred to find out from him because that's a man. I know it's hard for anyone to say that to their significant other. I've gotten into some ish and I got a baby on the way. But men do get caught up in things. I'm not naive to that. Still, there's a right and wrong way to handle it. Because most of all, we were friends. Even if I couldn't have understood it as a woman, I would have understood it as a friend." Kim mentally began to check out of the relationship. Her mother grew deeply concerned, saying, "I thought enough is enough. As a parent, these things just drive you crazy." Kim, still living in New Jersey, secretly began planning a move to Calabasas, California. While Diddy was in California for the BET Awards in June 2007, Kim assembled a party-packing crew. She took all of the furniture and 3 cars, one of which was a Bentley he gifted her for Mother's Day that year. And to compound things, the Cassie rumors grew louder. Cassie scored a hit, but she was eviscerated in the media for her lack of stage presence. Diddy was known for being tough on his artists, including his female roster and collaborators. Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Total, Lori Ann Gibson, and as the public saw in real time, Danity Kane all had to meet a high standard. Now, we know Cassie has been through some things, so we are not trying to kick her while she is down, but we have to offer a frank observation. Diddy did not seem interested in developing her as a performer. The public deduced that he wanted her as arm candy, and blogs began to have a field day on Kim, saying that her replacement was playing in her face. Around this time, Black entertainment-oriented blogs, or urban blogs as they are more stereotypically called, began a series titled, Where is Kim Porter? Essentially, the post ridiculed Kim, deeming her delusional anytime Diddy was spotted out with another woman or partying without her. The chatter went into overdrive when Cassie was spotted out with Diddy in the Hamptons for the 4th of July. Kim decided to quell the drama when she confirmed less than a week later that she had ended things with Diddy. That same month, a DNA test confirmed Diddy had indeed fathered a child with another woman. It was another cycle of Kim giving birth and Diddy having a career surge marred by a cheating scandal. Essence conducted a follow-up with Kim, and it ended up being another PR doozy. In the publication's October 2007 issue, Kim said she wanted the breakup to be dramatic so Diddy could understand it was really over. But it was her response to his secret child that raised eyebrows. Kim decided to name the other woman, Sarah Chapman, who gave birth to a baby girl named Chance. Until then, mainstream media avoided revealing her identity. Sarah's lawyer spoke with Essence, but Sarah herself did not. When Kim was asked about her children embracing their new sibling, she said, Christian's got 2 beautiful sisters. He ain't thinking about that other one. Trust me when I tell you. And I don't play that. That situation is over there, and this is over here, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. When explaining why she was so against the idea, she said, it's one thing when you don't know that the man is in a relationship. Then you get a pass. But if you know and you're still doing wrong, then that's a problem. I'm not going to befriend or even deal with someone who would go there. As you can imagine, this got tongues wagging, and Sarah decided to speak with blogger Sandra Rose shortly after Kim's interview hit newsstands. Sarah offered background on the love triangle of sorts, saying Kim knew who she was and that they both met Diddy at the same time. She even said Kim knew she was pregnant before conceiving the twins, insinuating Kim purposely became pregnant to spite her. Still, Sarah said even though she and Diddy dated off and on for 13 years, she never saw herself as taking Kim's spot. When asked her thoughts on Kim keeping knowledge of Chance from Diddy, she said, the scary part is that any woman can be with a man and not even mention to him, oh, I heard you got another woman pregnant. That's really scary. For the longest time, she never mentioned my pregnancy to him. She kept it a secret to herself so it wouldn't take the shine off of her. I thought Sean was lying, but he said Kim never mentioned my pregnancy to him. Sarah also said she was disturbed that Kim exposed her name and that Diddy still would not publicly acknowledge Chance. She said, I don't have a voice. I don't have a forum to speak about my child. He has the forum. I'm not a superstar. He's the superstar. He's the person that should be out there acknowledging his child. I'm going on with my daily life and raising my child. We do what we do. We go to Sesame Street and the zoo. Now that she's lured me out, let me paint the picture. I don't want anyone else to paint the picture. Let me have a say-so. I need to have a voice. I want to be heard. After months of backlash, Diddy confirmed paternity in October 2007. He stated in an interview with the New York Daily News, at first, I wasn't sure if this was my child. Now that it has become clear she is, I will take care of her for the rest of her life. The media would have fun with this carousel of women for years to come, and it took Kim a while to deal with it. During an interview with New York's Power 105.1 in January 2010, Misa gave her take on the situation. She said, Sarah is really sweet, but Sarah and Kim don't get along. I get along with everyone, with both of them. Kim and I go back for years now. We were friends at one point. I was like, you wanted him, you got him now, baby. So she's got to go through all the BS I had to go through back in the day. Sarah has been around as long as Kim. A lot of people don't know that. Diddy was cheating on me with both of them. This is over 15, 16 years ago, so we've all been around a long time. They are like my sister wives. I try to keep everything good, and we want Kim to accept Chance, but she's not ready yet. But I accepted Christian. Kim was not having it. When blogger Carlton Jordan caught up with her for a response, she said, "I don't want to respond to anything Misa could ever say. She's not even on my level." Diddy would spend years cleaning up the optics of the situation, and Kim did eventually embrace Chance. Diddy tried to put the drama to bed during a 2017 appearance on The Wendy Williams Show. He acknowledged parts of Misa and Sarah's stories, but he didn't get quite the reaction that he expected.
No, but I want to tell you the story about that. I met all of them in the same year, so I've known all of them the same amount of time, but we were friends. No, listen. Whoa, why did I do that?
Now let's talk about Kim attempting to rebuild her life in California. She continued to go on auditions to foster her acting career and began to do more interviews. In a 2007 interview with OK Magazine, she was asked flat out if Diddy was ever physical with her. And to accommodate the YouTube algorithm, I will substitute certain words. She answered, "He has a little temper. Sometimes he talks to people in ways that they don't like, but he's never been physical to me. We had our arguments like any couple, but that's normal. I don't see a problem with that. He's not a physical person." In 2008, Diddy announced he was moving to California. Of course, many saw this as Diddy chasing Kim, and that was true in a lot of ways. By that spring, they were back out on the town, like here at Victoria Beckham's birthday party in Santa Monica. And yes, this is while he was dating Cassie. Kim attempted to get several projects off the ground during this time. She plans to launch a children's clothing line, co-authored a children's cookbook, and filmed a reality show chronicling her life. None of these projects made it to the public, and it was heavily suspected it was all for the same reason. Kim still managed to be productive in other areas. She produced photo shoots for artists like Snoop Dogg and acted in the film Mama, I Want to Sing. The film stars Sierra, Lynn Whitfield, Patti LaBelle, and Hill Harper, with Kim portraying Harper's wife. He later asked Kim to contribute to his book, Letters to a Young Sister, Define Your Destiny. In her entry, she offers advice to a young woman who is dating her best guy friend. She appeared in a campaign for Ice Tech watches and spent time in the fashion industry in Austria and Germany, helping brands in that region break into the American market. She launched a limited edition collection with German brand Camouflage Couture. She also appeared in the pilot episode of the VH1 hit show Single Ladies. Her character Jasmine was an instant favorite, but unfortunately, she did not appear in the rest of the series. She partnered with her friend Cheryl Fox to release the book, The Rock and Roll of Hip Hop.
We decided to do the book because for a couple of reasons. Cheryl's an amazing photographer, and she has amazing collection of photos that stem from the last 15 years. And for me personally, I wanted to get involved because I'm not a part of hip hop directly. I'm not a rapper, obviously, or anything like that, but I've been in the business and been around the business. So to kind of see what these guys have done and how they've taken, you know, rap past, you know, music, it's become a phenomenon, it's a culture, it's a, you know, so it's just for me, I wanted to present something beautiful and package it and almost like an ode to them, to what they've done.
In 2010, Diddy bought her a home in Toluca Lake, a neighborhood some consider the best kept secret in Los Angeles. The home is over 9,600 square feet with 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Sarah Porter, Kim's mother, who had been such a pillar of strength, passed on April 25th, 2014. As Kim became more active on social media, she would share her spiritual journey, referring to herself as a spiritual gangster. She spent her latter years balancing passion projects and supporting her children as they pursued their careers. In 2015, the then Diddy-owned music network Revolt greenlit her own show called The 90s.
Guys, I know it's kind of hard to hear me. I just like to talk. During the video, I'm just glad that you guys came back to kick it with us. You know, we got a lot of depth to explore. Shout out to Odell, shout out to Jack for the saying hip hop is a graveyard. We got a whole lot of deaths to explore in this segment, in this series. I'm hoping that Odell and Jag may stop by sometimes to come up and give us wisdom and give us some things that we don't know about these deaths. But anybody's welcome to come on the panel that's in the family. If you're a troll, you'll get dropped down just like that. But I just want to thank you guys for coming. And again, we got a lot of deaths to explore. And hip hop is a graveyard. Shout out to Odell and Jag again. Let's get back to it. We're almost at the end, guys.
He invented this. Co-hosted with Ed Lover, the show explored iconic moments from the 1990s and the ongoing impact they have on culture today. She pursued a music career off and on over the years, including recording sessions in Jackie Jackson's studio.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and for a man who loves music, bruh. A man who loves art, bruh. Respects the spirit world, bruh. And thinks with his heart. Good.
Quincy emerged as an actor and in music.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling like a proud mother. Yes, I am. I'm just showing support for Quincy. He did such an amazing job in the movie. And again, I'm just a mom here showing support.
She also spoke more on the impact Al B. Sure made on music and how special their time as a couple was. She and Al appeared in Quincy's video when he reinterpreted his father's classic Night and Day as I Can Tell You. Christian began working in music and fashion, becoming a fixture of the Dolce & Gabbana brand. And Delilah and Jesse began modeling as well. As a matter of fact, the day Kim passed, they launched their Instagram page, The Combs Twins.
Hey guys, my name is Delilah. And my name is Jessie. And we are the Combs Twins. Make sure you guys hit that blue button so you can follow us. And make sure to check out our YouTube channel. The link will be in our bio. Peace.
When reports emerged the day of the tragedy, many did not believe them at first because the twins appeared bubbly and engaged on their new account. But the reports were true. Kim passed in her Toluca Lake home on November 15, 2018 at the age of 47. Calling her passing a shock was an understatement. Her beloved grandmother, Lila Starr, survived her and recalled the last conversation she had with Kim the day before she passed.
She told me that she felt better. And she was used. The doctor had been to her house. And he gave her some antibiotics.
To make matters worse, her grandmother and extended family were informed of her passing over social media. They described it in an interview with news station WTVM9.
And for Diddy. He said, my baby is gone. My baby is gone.
Kim Porter was a woman who made her privacy a priority, but since her passing, there have been more questions about her life than answers. Certainly, her story will have more layers added as we see her life partner, who she continued to call Puffy, embroiled in unprecedented scandal. But what we do know is that she was a woman proud of her Southern roots who enjoyed life as a global tastemaker. She was a force behind hip-hop merging with fashion. She was the muse behind songs that became a part of the soundtrack of our lives. She was a dutiful daughter, granddaughter, niece, cousin, and friend. She was a doting mother. And as she called herself, she was a spiritual gangster. Her story is still unfolding. Thank you.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by and coming back. Chill with me. I really appreciate you guys coming back. Is there anybody that have any questions? Anybody want to come up on the panel to discuss? Because I really would like to know what happened to Kim. I do not believe that she had pneumonia. Just like Al B. Sure said in one of his lives or interviews, is that when him and Diddy and Kim was at Quincy's movie premiere, she was healthy. That was just a few days before she passed away. So I don't understand. Somebody's up. All right, Sat, come on up. Come on up, Sat. Sat in the West is on the stage, guys. Let's do it. You got some wisdom to drop.
Oh, I'm on the show. I'm on the show. What's good? What's good?
You on the show. You on the show. Let's do
All
it.
right. So yeah, you guys are what are we doing? We talking about this Kim Porter situation?
We're talking about whatever you want to talk about because this whole segment is inspired by you and Jag saying hip hop is a graveyard. So we got a lot of people to get through, you know. It's a lot of people that died.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm glad you well, glad I could inspire you guys, or we can inspire you. And truth be told, in all honesty, we really didn't even finish. I mean, we're gonna pick it back up, Jag and I, as far as hip hop as a graveyard, because I wanted to speak on the P&B Rock situation, the Pop Smoke. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad you're talking about Kim Porter, because I'm just going to say this, real brief. I'm very disappointed. There's a situation with her so-called friend, the woman who was raising the kids, and she's basically trying to just, talk mess about Albie Shore, and he wasn't there, and she was on TMZ, and number one, TMZ is just pro Diddy. If everybody ain't figured that out, TMZ is just pro Diddy. But they had her on a few days ago, and she was talking about how she was basically just trying to discredit Albie Shore, Jag, saying that Kim Porter wasn't writing a book, saying that Albie Shore only wasn't really involved and didn't know what was going on at the time of her unalivement or whatever. It's just sad. Like, it's sad, man. That's really sad.
Very sad. It's very sad because we know she was. She was.
I mean, I think she was writing a book, and I honestly think, well, I don't know, but I think Diddy had something to do with that whole situation. I mean, it's no coincidence. Heavy D, same thing. Heavy D just kind of all of a sudden passed away. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Like, this lady coming on there to say all that's ridiculous.
I think some of these people got paid off, to be honest with you. They got paid off.
Well, look,
there's no way.
Look at who's platforming this person. It's TMZ. It's Harvey Levin.
Yep. And I swear to God, they did not want this video to upload. I had to call my tech support team to fix my computer because somebody had tried to hack it, and I had no idea that somebody had tried to hack it. And they had to fix it before, so the video could upload.
Yeah, we got to get you. You got a VPN.
Do I have a VPN? No, I don't.
It's called VPN. Yeah, you need to download it. It's real cheap, but just download like a Norton VPN to kind of like it, because that happens. I think a lot of that is happening. And I'm gonna say allegedly, Sherelle, whatever, her husband is one of those types of hackers, right? And as long as they know, like if they got your IP address, your MAC address, they can get in your stuff, man. So yeah, definitely just get you a VPN.
It's ridiculous, no. Yep. So I'll write that down. I need to get a VPN.
Yeah, just look up VPN. You'll see it's real simple. So I saw the live at first, and I was like, oh, then you just drop down. Me and we were having a very important conversation with some very important people, so I couldn't chime in, but I definitely was listening,
Yeah, I was angry. I was angry because it's like every time I try to upload something that's serious, talk about something serious that's not junk, YouTube wants to try to sabotage it. So
now you're using StreamYard. Are you uploading it directly, or are you playing it from the how they have the player? Like you're playing it, like you're uploading it to StreamYard and playing it, or you're like it?
Well,
it's all that matters. Okay.
I upload it to YouTube to do the copyright check and stuff like that, and then I stream it through StreamYard. But it took forever, like hours. It just would not upload. And then when I opened up my my virus thing to check, it said threat, hacker alert.
Yeah.
So I had to
Yeah.
reach out to my team, which I do have professional virus control, and they had
Good.
to like remote into my computer and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and fix
Yeah. I'm
it so it
sure.
can
I'm
operate.
sure. I'm sure somebody tried to sabotage that situation. I mean, everything is working good now, so that's good.
That's a blessing. But yeah, we're on this thing. We're on this segment, and I'm hoping you and Jack can tap in. Like, it's a whole lot of people. Sad to say, but it's a whole lot of people that we need to cover. And again, like I told everyone, that this is like an idea that you guys made. Like, hip hop is a graveyard was like genius, because it really is.
Mhm.
It really is. When you think about all the people who have died in the era since like the late 80s up until today, it's a lot
Yeah.
of people that needs to be covered. That
No,
needs to be
Leia, look,
covered. So I appreciate
you keep it going too. We're gonna pick it up because we had a list of people that we were gonna just highlight anyway and showcase, but no, that's a thing for the team. If you want to, you definitely keep it going. Like the situation with Kim is tragic. Like I mentioned, Heavy D.
yeah.
I mean, we need to be talking about it for real because
MC,
yep,
Craig Mack, all of them.
yep,
Like,
Black Rob.
there's so many people who have died mysterious. Yeah, Black Rock out of nowhere. Yep. It's a lot of people that we need to cover, because this stuff is nefarious. And definitely I believe that, the person that's on trial had a lot to do with this stuff. Had a
Oh
lot to
yeah,
do with it. That's just my opinion.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Even
we're on this thing
in my
again. That's
opinion.
why,
No, go ahead. What you say?
we're listening. No, we're listening. I'm listening.
Oh no, I was gonna. Somebody just put it in
I'm listening
the
to you.
chat. Temper said Tupac. I guess there's like a little bit of a delay,
Tupac.
but no, Temper said
Absolutely.
Tupac, and I
Tupac
was
was the
just
beginning.
about to say, yeah, I was just about to say Tupac because,
I think Eazy-E
well,
was the
shout out.
beginning.
Oh yeah, definitely. They took Easy out for sure. In fact, I look, it's funny. I went to Westchester the year
Absolutely.
that Easy passed away, and my friend, her mom worked at Cedar Sinai where Easy was at, and she was saying, she wasn't saying it was some foul play, but she just was like, we knew when Easy was in the hospital just because her mom was like, yo, Easy is in the hospital. I mean, I know it wasn't like supposed to be, you ain't supposed to, like the employees ain't supposed to say nothing like that, but her daughter let us
Right.
know, like, oh shit, he was in the hospital, and then they made it seem like he was gonna be fine, and then boom, he just kind of he expired,
Exactly.
and then
Like,
the
how do
situation
you
with
die so fast from that?
oh no, yeah,
Absolutely. I'm sorry to
it was
cut you off,
definitely
but
some foul play.
how
No,
do
go
you
ahead,
pass
go ahead.
away so fast from, like, how do you pass away from that so fast? It was like just like that. He went to the hospital, and a few days later he was gone. How is that even
Yeah,
possible? Right? And even
yeah.
Suge Knight, I think he had said in an interview that somebody poked him with a needle,
Well,
right?
he was. I think that was on Jimmy
Didn't
Kim.
Suge
I
Knight
think
say
he was
that?
kind of. I think he was kind of trolling, but he did, kind of put it out there because Easy and Dre and Suge were not.
Right.
They were not on friendly terms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think there was some type of truth to it, because his demise was so fast. It was so
Yeah,
fast. And then I think that he was the first, and then Tupac, and then Biggie, and then on and on and on after that. On
yeah.
and on and on
Tupac
after that. And it has
was
not stopped
interesting
since.
because Tupac was interesting. I was at Compton High, and shout out to I meant to go to the
Mm-hmm.
damn. We just had a rebuild. They tore down the old Compton High, and they rebuilt it, and yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
Dre was there a couple of days ago. They did the ribbon cutting festival. That campus is iconic, so I'm gotta go there and go check it out. But I graduated from Compton High that year when Tupac got killed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was weird because Biggie was kicking it in Compton a little bit before Pac got killed, and that I mean I keep saying I'm sorry, I keep saying unalignment,
Right.
unalive, but yeah, that was very suspicious. It was very suspicious that that was
Very.
going on. What we were hearing about, and that was a Puffy connection because I think Puffy has some connections with some folks in Compton.
Absolutely. Kurt Burrow said that, Kurt Burrow was what was he? The president of Bad Boy Entertainment
Yeah.
back then.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said that Diddy set it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to answer to that too.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's gonna have to answer to that. Yeah.
Because a lot of them has waited a long time for somebody to pay for these Biggie and Tupac's, unaliving.
Well, let's even go before. I don't want to get too far off the topic,
ahead.
but let's even go. Let's go prior to Biggie and Tupac. And I know Jag talks about Big L. Big L was one.
Yes.
We could even go back. We really could even go back to Scott LaRock because KRS-One even admitted like. He even admitted that that was a sacrifice to a degree, not like a sacrifice like that, but he said it was a sacrifice for hip hop. And then I would even go, Freaky Top. That was an accident. It was, Freaky Top and the Lost Boys. That wasn't no damn accident. Or mistaken identity type of situation. There's always been like some foul play. People, everything ain't a conspiracy. No, everything ain't been a conspiracy, but just know when you're dealing with these people in the entertainment industry, there's a thing about a sacrifice.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I didn't know about these things until Jazz started speaking on them and started teaching us about them. I had no idea what a sacrifice was. But absolutely.
Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. A personal close to home one. Y'all remember the rapper? His name was Gorilla Black. He came out maybe in the early 2000s. Yeah, you guys look him up. His name was Gorilla Black. He came out in the early 2000s, and he sounded like Biggie. This was right after Shine, because Shine was in '99, and he came out sounding like Biggie, and everybody was like, okay, then this dude Gorilla Black came out sounding like Big, and everybody gave him hell. He wasn't really from Compton, even though he claimed Compton. He really was from Chicago, but that's a whole nother conversation. But even before he even got signed, because he ended up signing the Virgin Records and Sacrifice. I remember his wife. He had a wife. Y'all look it up. Gorilla Black had a wife, and
I just wrote it down.
Yeah, like not gorilla like the monkey, but the gorilla like a warrior, right? Yeah. Yep. G-U-E-R-I-L-L-A Black. And his wife, right before he kind of got on his whole thing or whatever, his wife all of a sudden died. Right? Yeah. And I'm not saying nothing. I'm not, because I kind of know I got folks that got. In fact, Gorilla Black recorded his demo at my folks' studio, so that's how deep I know. Like I know what was going on with that whole situation. But yeah, he right before he really kind of took off, his wife just all of a sudden passed away. I'm telling y'all, when y'all dealing with these people in the entertainment industry, a lot of them are yeah, that's what they're on.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's crazy work. I had no idea that this entertainment business was so nefarious. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
When did you start getting hit to it? Like when did y'all start getting hit to like the funny stuff that was going on?
Jack hit me.
No, I'm gonna say in my teens.
Jack hit
I grew up with a Rasta family. One of my best
Okay, so
friends.
they would put you up on it, yeah.
I was put on game from the jump. I didn't fully believe it at first. Not that I didn't believe it. I was skeptical, but then after years and years, I've seen shit played out, and yeah, a lot of shit I won't speak on, but certain people,
it was,
it
was definitely Jag for me though.
So that's why I know Jag is the truth.
Yep. I can see that. Yeah.
All shit I heard.
It was definitely
years ago.
Yeah. It definitely was Jag for me. I had no idea. I had
Yeah.
no idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Until she started speaking on things.
But to
So,
put everybody back on topic with Kim Porter, yeah, that was a good video of her, and I didn't know too much about her like that. I knew of her, and then of course when she passed, it was like dang. But I was more hip to people like Heavy D, because Heavy D was out here in LA like really making moves, and people like we did love Heavy D as a kid. I remember
right.
Heavy D and the Boys, you know what I'm saying, and all that or whatever. Trouble T Boy, but rest in peace to the dancer that died. You know what I mean? That unalive. I'm sorry. But yeah, then Heavy D all of a sudden, they said a blood clot or whatever, but that was just like, come on, that was very suspicious. But
Very.
everybody that was attached pretty much to Uptown Records, pretty much they're gone.
Listen, yes. Yeah. And when Jack spoke about that, I'm like, wow. And Al B. Sure was almost gone. And God spared him. Wow. And it would have just been Diddy now.
Right.
It's crazy.
Nah, God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. His ugly ass is finna be he gonna get dealt with. But no, Al B. Sure, I believe Al B. Sure, but it's very despicable where you got this lady's running around saying that Al B. Sure is not credible.
Who said that?
There's some lady, man, it was a couple of days ago on TMZ that has come out and said that Al B. Sure is capping basically about the Kim Porter. He wasn't that close to Kim Porter at the time, and he don't know what was going on. She really was sick. It wasn't no foul play.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
And then it's coming from TMZ, of course. So
right.
Yeah. Right. Who's on Diddy's and Jay-Z's payroll? TMZ's on their payroll.
Yeah, let's just say allegedly, but yeah.
A bunch of hearsay
okay, allegedly.
Shit. When
just to be on the safe side.
Sure it would know.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
Exactly. And the people around him too. So
right.
Not these people that come out of the woodwork saying they were their friends.
Right. And she even said, she was like, well, I was in London because she was taking care of the kids, I guess. But she was just saying like how she was in London and she wasn't there when Kim Porter passed. But it's like, well then, yeah, shut the F up because you really don't know the inner workings. There's people that know what's up, and then there's people that you could be there and still be blind as hell,
Or you know what else? She's saying she wasn't there. You know what that means? That could be a setup. Because usually when you set motherfuckers up, you ain't that when they ain't there. I was
that's your alibi. I ain't there.
Exactly.
There's no way he's putting his life on the line for lies. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's not lying, but but that's what they do. They put, as you see with Jay, they'll put people out there to just counter what it is the truth is, so that people can just have that. Oh well, maybe this person is tripping.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of us that just don't believe it, it's like whatever, people that they don't believe Jag, they want to they want to like pick apart her story for discrepancies and little details. They're just dumb. That's how I look at it. They're just dumb.
Yeah,
right. And believing,
but yeah, I'm excited to hear. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your input. It doesn't Jay, you're fine. On this series, like I said, we're gonna try to hit everybody's story, even way back to Big L. Like you said, I didn't know who Big L was until Dad brought him up. So we got to go dig up. Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I had no idea. I knew who Scott LaRock was.
Yeah,
there's so many stories. Like we're just scratching the surface. But that's why I said, feel free to cover who it is that you want to cover, because there's so much. Like even with there's a dude from Compton. His name was Mossberg. And all of a sudden, some stuff happened with him. And in fact, that song King Kunta that Kendrick did, that was supposed to be his beat. DJ Quick was supposed to shoot him that beat. But I remember this happened in what 2000, where I was kicking it with his boys, like they were some blood fools, the Black Tex, and a rap group from Compton, and I'm like, they were like, oh yeah, dude, we can't wait for the same day that he got unalive. I was kicking it with his boys at a little function my folks were doing, and they were just so excited about Mossberg coming out, and just like up and coming rappers. Everybody gets excited, like, oh, we can't wait to, it is, and they were kind of like making him like he was going to be big on the West Coast, like how Big was big on the East Coast, right? And then that night, he ended up getting gunned down, just tragically, and I always thought that was like suspicious, even though it ain't like famous or known like that whole little situation that happened, but it's always something just something crazy that go on where it's like, come on, y'all, this don't even look right. Even the Nipsey stuff, it's like, come on, y'all, this don't even look right. Like, y'all can't even play this off.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you in this hip hop thing. You in this hip hop thing deep. So we are going to be leaning on you to give us some wisdom and some depth about these deaths. Especially on the West Coast. You know what I mean? We're gonna be leaning on you because go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say, look, it's so many stories that are personal to me, like and I'll probably do it like behind the paywall, but like shout out to DJ Battlecat. That's like my big bro. His little brother is my niece's father, and it was something that happened to Battlecat's little brother because he ended up getting unalived or whatever. And like, I'll tell y'all behind the scenes, but even back then, like and the thing is that happened in 1993. Something happened where Battlecat, little brother, just some weird stuff that happened with that on the streets, right? And then me talking to my OG Lonzo, the guy who discovered Dr. Dre, I'm just having a conversation with him that happened 20 years later. And I'm like, and I'm starting to connect the dots. We were not talking about that specific incident, but he started like naming stuff. Like he started talking about Atlantic Records, their Jewish mafia, and he started telling me about the Black mafia over here. And then I'm just like, Lonzo's a great person to know, and I'm glad he considers me a friend because he's just telling me everything, and I'm knowing stuff behind. I'm putting things together. Like, whoa, wait. So this happened, that happened. Like, I'll tell y'all behind the scenes, but overall, like, man, when you start really sitting down with these people who were there, oh man, and then you just put not put your spin on it, because like that's why I say even industry people will tell you Jag's about 90% right on everything that she's going, and the other 10% they don't know because they were not there, right? So me putting common sense together and then talking to OGs who ain't like finna slant no story and they telling me the real. Man, like, like sometimes you don't even figure it out till years later. Like I said, I remember that incident that happened to Battlecat's little brother, rest in peace. And 20 years later, me sitting with Lonzo made me put a lot of stuff together. Like, oh damn, this is probably what happened. Why? It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's wild, man. It's wild. And then I would like for somebody, if anybody knows, you probably know, Wolf. Do you guys remember that video, that secret meeting that came out like late 80s, early 90s? The agenda, the hip hop agenda, how they had that secret meeting where everything changed, how they wanted to change hip hop from, how we used to have positive, rap with the Queen Latifah, with the Run DMCs and stuff like that. And then here comes, NWA, which they wasn't really negative. They were just real with it. And then they got into this secret meeting, and then they switched everything around and started to target us because they wanted to drive the hip hop music to manipulate our minds to fill up the prison system. You know what I'm talking about, Wolf?
Look, that's funny. That's funny. I just got off the phone with General Flynn's sister, and we were talking about that. And she admitted it. She's like, yeah, they've been targeting our community. And we were talking more about other stuff. in that fashion in regards to the media manipulation. On my channel, I discussed that with Professor Griff. Me and Griff had a conversation about that, and we were talking about just we were talking about that incident. Well, NWA wasn't necessarily directly knowledgeable about that. It's kind of like these brothers on the East were doing what they were doing. You had X Clan, you had Queen Latifah doing her thing, you had PE, Public Enemy, right? And it was a great thing. And then, you know, had self destruction, and then on the West, boom, NWA. You know, everybody was doing their thing over here, whatever. They saw the power of what was going on. I remember, who was it? Was it Ava DuVernay? She did a documentary. I think it was Ava, or somebody did a documentary, and they were talking about how back when that F the Police came out, how it made young black men like just go crazy, like fuck the police, and you know, like, and they would because that was something that we resonated with, right? And it really didn't happen in the late '80s. It happened in the early '90s when they just said, "Look, we gotta put a tamper. We gotta put a damper on this situation." And it really showed on the streets of LA in 1992 when you had the gang truce during the riots and how effective hip hop was just there. So no, that was a real thing. They targeted hip hop and said, okay, this could be a weapon against the establishment. We need to get it this way. So what we gonna do? We're gonna showcase a guy like Jay-Z who sold dope, and you know, you could be like him. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, then you know, like they, you know, Biggie, like because even and it, look, East Coast wasn't really gangster. East Coast was not gangster until after 93, 94 when they had that meeting. And it was all but yeah, it was to corrupt the young black mind so that it could, you know, easily be funneled to prison system. So yeah.
So I would like to find that. It was a video out there, but it's been scrubbed from the internet. There's a document out there somewhere. There's a document out there somewhere. Yeah, they absolutely targeted us.
There was a brother who was at that meeting, and because there was so many people within the music industry that were a part of this meeting, and they were just like, "Hey, you either got to get down with it or not." Because somebody like Too Short wanted to go positive. He wanted to start rapping about positive stuff, and they was like, "Nah, you've been on this pimp ish. You got to keep talking to this pimp ish because it helps their agenda."
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even talk really about gangster stuff. He was just a little freaky, you know. But yeah.
Well, even on their contracts, have you seen some of these artists' contracts?
He's in gangster. He was freaky. Yeah. What you say?
What you saying about the contracts?
No, have you seen some of these artists' contracts? Because even on the contract, it states there's no talking about God or like, you know, uplifting shit. It pretty much lets you know what you're supposed to do.
I can tell you that the young boy, you know, he wanted to pull where did Wolf go? He'll be back. But young boy, he talked about it. He felt guilty about all the things that he was teaching the young kids, and that he wanted.
You talking about NBA young boy?
NBA young boy, and he wanted to change the way that he is. That's what's up, because he really wanted to change the way he was, you know, rapping, and then he ends up in prison because he didn't want to do their bid anymore. Sad. Sad situation. All this shit's real.
Yeah.
All this shit's real. I respect him for wanting to change. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm teaching him all this stuff. I don't want to teach this no more. And he tried to change, and next thing you know, go ahead, you tell us what you know, because you know I'm just, you know, talking about what I think I know. Bless your family.
Yeah, well, not really. I never met him. I just know that he's my cousin from, you know, Facebook.
Well, hell, we all cousins.
Exactly. Yeah, for real though.
But no, from what I heard of his story, he just wanted to change what he was rapping about.
All
and
these
I get
little
that.
kids, there's the NBA, there's the what's his name? Is it YS? There's another one, a light skinned dude. I don't remember his name right now off the head, but there's a few of them trying to,
Why? I think I know you're
expose.
talking
Yeah,
about.
YSL. Is that what you say? I gotta look
Yeah,
it up
why
before I
is
say
so?
it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
One of
about.
these,
We kind of went.
yeah,
I know you're
they
talking about.
try to
Yeah.
expose it, and then before you know,
Mhm.
even Sukiana. Do you know who Sukiana? You probably don't.
I know who
There's a
Sukianna is,
rapper.
but what happened to her? I haven't paid attention. I know
Yeah,
who she is. Yeah.
if you YouTube one of her videos where she was talking about actually I think I have it on one of my other pages. I gotta go check. Uh,
She was trying to
and
change too.
she was saying, "Yeah, I'm sick of this." Da, da, da. She was crying and shit. And then right after, um, she did some OnlyFans, and like they got her, like basically they got her back to do what she's doing.
Wow. Because of
You know
money.
what I'm saying?
They'll stop your
The
money.
money. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And
They'll
yep.
stop your money. It's sad.
God,
It's sad, but I just pray for those because you can do some things and then you can feel bad about it and you can try to come back and you can change it, and then next thing you know they put you in jail or they off you. They off you. Like I know,
Exactly.
what they did with Tupac. They offed him. He was very powerful. Okay. Let me drop the link for a sec. Hold on a second.
Mm. Yeah, these guys don't play. That's how you move up in
No.
the rank.
What do you think about it though? Who was over the music in heaven before he got kicked out? The devil. Then he
Satan.
got kicked down.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's not so crazy to think that he's influencing the music down here. It's not so crazy to think at all.
You just
think about
opened
it.
a whole nother can of worms because
Listen,
I don't even want to
God,
speak on it
I
right
didn't
now.
think about that. Listen, I didn't
Yeah.
think about that shit until somebody brought it up. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can see what he's doing with this. Changing. Somebody said he changed the frequency. He was on a different frequency some years back, and he
Yeah.
changed the frequency and everything. I'm like, what the?
To disrupt. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those frequencies.
Let me put him back on the stage. Let me see.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
My
Look,
bad.
you
I don't know
there.
what happened.
Spit your game.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Just kicked
Okay.
you
No,
out.
y'all. No. I must have accidentally pressed the button. No. Y'all were saying the last thing I heard was you were saying about the contracts and how they can't mention God and stuff like that. But that was
yeah.
So.
That's
They
pretty much
can
all I
mention
say.
God, but it can't be Jesus or Yeshua. They can't
Nah,
mention anything about the Savior.
ain't none of that.
The God that they talk about. Well, they say God, like Diddy says God all the
That's
time,
their
but
stipulation.
that's what they call the devil.
Yeah.
That's what. Mhm.
Yeah, their God is
No, that's what
Baphomet.
Diddy called. That's what.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, these just put it out there.
They say
Which
God because they really
Yeah.
think that. Right. They really think that this entity is God for real. So they'll say God, oh God this and God that, but they never mention Yeshua or Jesus, whoever you want to call them. I think they're the same, but they won't say his name.
And you can even go real deep where okay, so you like, well, that's why I call myself Amadeus, because that's for the love of God, right? But when you break it down, of course, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, that was his, Amadeus just means means God, love, and Deus is God, right? So but Deus or Deus, even in the damn what do you call them, these things on secret societies, like Deuce is like a what do you call it, like a mild oath to Satan when you really break it down. So and even though I like I said Amadeus, I'm talking about God, but still, it's layers to it, man. These Satanists and these people, they be knowing what they be doing and how they be slipping certain stuff in the language. So we kind of fall susceptible to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they will say God, but they're not talking about the Most High, the Creator, the one who
Exactly. They're not. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they'll say God all day long, but they won't specify.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't specify. So now he's in there. Right. He's sacrificing rats because he can't get to a chicken. and stuff like that. And it's not working because your God that you worship all these years, Diddy, has given you up because your contract with him was only for so many years. It was only for so many years, and you're getting older, and now he needs some fresh meat. So,
that's what's going on even with this rap battle, because it looks like Joey Badass he's not going to be like, well, unofficially he'll be like the king of New York because he's the only one left still representing the original New York sound, right? But like you saw, I showed it. He's gotten ties with Diddy. He might have done some things. That's what Daylight was saying in the battle, where the whole thing with Pro Era, and I don't want to get into it, but overall, the thing now is like, okay, well, yeah, Diddy's not going to get out like Young Thug. I don't think so, right? So who's going to carry the torch for New York? It looks like
even if he gets out, he's done.
No, he's done. Yeah, his reputation. Well, that's what I was about to say. No. It's all good. Even if he does get out, it's like his reputation is done. Who's going to take Diddy serious?
Yeah,
like they're gonna call him the baby oil monster. He's gonna be all. They're gonna have jokes for life. Yeah, it's up.
Exactly.
So, but it's like there still needs to be a king. There still needs to be someone who's the king of New York. So 50 is supposedly behind the whole thing with Joey Badass and him doing what he's doing on the music end for him to be that, and supposedly Top Dog is also a part of that too, because Top maybe made a deal with Joey like, hey, why don't you go at my new guy here, Rayvon, because he's the new face of TDE. He's like a young Kendrick. So it's just players change, and it's still the show must go on type of situation. But yeah, I'm like Kendrick, like let's let this whole party die.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're all tainted, been Diddy-fied.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're gonna go down the list. We're gonna go down the list, and we're gonna try to hit on everybody's death and try to figure it out. But stuff is crazy, man. It's just sad because Diddy ruined his whole life. But at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for Diddy because Diddy could have said no. But Diddy didn't want to say no. Diddy wanted the money. He wanted the money and the fame.
Diddy was going to be out of here. Diddy was going to be out of here if Biggie would have lived. Biggie was up out of here anyway. So he sacrificed Biggie. And then all of a sudden he dropped that whack ass song, Absolutely. I'll Be Missing You. I was like, that was to me, that when I first heard, I was like, this is the wackest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, but he's paying the owner of that song really is it three G's a month?
Yeah, he doesn't own that. Yeah, he just took that sting. Every breath you take, every step. I mean,
but so if you know that every last one of Diddy's songs is a remix or of an original song. Where's his original beat? He doesn't have an original beat.
Well, he's not a producer either. He just say, "Oh yeah, do this now. You do this now. You do." He's not a producer in a traditional sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard he stole. I don't know if her name is. Quote me if this is the right person. Is it named Moni Love? Is she a singer?
Moni Love's a rapper from back in the day. Yeah.
Okay, but not the rapper. There's a singer. I can't remember her name, but she came to him and he stole her concept of singing over a rap beat.
Yeah, but isn't it somebody that he stole Juicy from? His name was
Notorious B1, a dude from from Mississippi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He stole the whole fucking everything.
The name, the song, and everything.
Well, see, Biggie. I mean, not Biggie, but
the name's a little different.
Well, listen, Puffy was at Uptown, so it would make sense at the time. He's the A&R there, so he's getting all types of listen to my song, listen to my demo, listen to this, and he probably heard that Biggie. He heard B1. And said, "Oh, I'm gonna take this song and I'm gonna flip it and and that's what he did."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take your name too.
Because
have his name as well.
No, because Biggie was Biggie Smalls, and then there was a conflict because
he got sued.
Well, yeah, because of that
and
that
then all of a
band.
sudden he was a notorious.
Yeah, then he changed it
But
to
that
Notorious.
guy, right. So the guy that he took the song from, his name was Notorious B1. So I'm like, he
Right.
took his name too.
Yeah,
He still took his name.
Yeah. And the telling part is, I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal to Robin Leach. And then he says, you know, from the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Like, the dude is from Mississippi. The Notorious B1 was from Mississippi. So he was telling on himself.
Exactly. Yep. So
Yeah, Janine Taylor. Yep. Jay-Z don't got no talent either. I don't care what anybody say.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Only talent he got is the backdoor shot. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say anything, but the backdoor shot. The booty bandits. That's all they got. That's all they got. They let them get played. They did what they had to do to make it to the top. And as long as they was gonna let them do that, then they was gonna let them rise to the top.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what
Just
happened.
know God.
And then,
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was like, once you letting the man dictate your every moves,
yep.
You can't be. You're not legit anymore. You're not authentic.
Nope.
Nah.
What's the name say? I forgot. It says when you give that up, you just lost your man card. Period. What was his name?
Yep.
I forgot his name. Right down Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard. Yeah. You let that go, you just lose your whole man card.
Right.
And they lost that a long time ago. And this is all coming out now. Jay-Z's time is coming up. Jay-Z's time is coming up.
That's what I said. I said you can't come out here and tell the kids I sold dope and I did this. So you know how many lives they like. You got very impressionable kids who said, "Oh, Jay-Z did it, and I'm gonna do it." And not like that. I mean, everybody's responsible for their own actions, but at the same time, it's like if you one of God's people, you're gonna at least try to put the best foot forward and put the best example out there, not deceive the people. And lie about he sold this, but he ain't really sold 2 bricks. It's like, come on, man, get up out of here. And if you did all that, you didn't do nothing but contribute to the genocide of your people. So just expect your karma to come soon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You only have so long. I mean, you make a deal with the devil. He's only gonna give you so long to reign, and he's gonna come snatch it, and he's gonna give it to somebody else because he's done with you. You owe to him.
Right.
He
And everybody in the chat, I want y'all to look up. It's not new. It's a series that came out some years back, like in 2023. Donald Glover did a series called Swarm. Have you seen it, Jay Mizak?
Nah.
Oh man, it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Swarm.
Yeah, I ain't got Amazon.
Well, you could probably get it on like YouTube too or something. I don't know, but y'all definitely peep that. Definitely peep that show called Swarm. It's by Donald Glover. That whole thing is about Beyonce. That's all I really got to say. I'm not a Beyonce hater or nothing like that, but that whole series is about Beyonce. Anybody in the chat seen Swarm? Yo, I'm telling you.
We need to do a watch party. Yeah, we need to do a watch party for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Break it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that whole thing was about Beyonce. Because I'm not saying that, she's not guilty. I'm not saying she's implicated either, but she was a friend of Diddy's. So
more than a friend is what I heard. But cheesecake, walking in snow.
Yep, that was her.
More than a friend, they shared.
So she was a friend, but Jay wasn't his friend. so she was
Jay was his friend, but they shared.
She was the friend.
I'm just saying they shared.
See, that's what's going to happen. Everybody not really paying attention to how the government is setting this whole thing up with Diddy. And, I think this next week is going to be crazy because, that like the whole RICO stuff, they ain't really laid out the case for it, but give them some time. A lot of these people took deals. I think Cassie took a deal because, she did some illegal stuff. And
can I just say something? Everybody coming at Cassie saying oh, she wanted it and now she's suing and all this shit. Like at the end of the day, what you feel about Cassie, she's not on trial. So you need to remember
Exactly.
that and you know, keep your thoughts to yourself because at the end of the day, it's about Diddy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Kathy had teen behind her age, teen, when she met
She's
Diddy.
a baby. She's a
And
baby.
she was a baby. And her mind wasn't
19.
fully developed. Whatever decision that she made back
Yeah.
then, I can't even hold it against her because he basically just manipulated the hell out of this child and
Now
groomed
I'm
her into what she was.
I'm gonna say it
Go
like
ahead.
this, and I get why people are saying, you know, she should be held accountable for what it is that she did, because I'm from LA. I see the Hollywood game. I know how this game goes, and you kind of and I stopped being like that, being like a tacit, like, you know, you just kind of like, you see stuff happen, you don't say nothing. I think that's where it was with her, with, you know, her already being involved, and you know, pretty much even if she did want to just do music, he basically was just like, well, you're gonna do these freak offs, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of, you know, she was stuck in between a rock or a hard place, but let's put some accountability on it. You do have the choice to leave. And I know she did leave, and then they drug her back basically, because, you know, he's that type. He, you know, it's sad, but at the same time, see, that's why it's important for, you know, certain artists to have a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Just artists just need to have contingency plans, or just a like it's almost like I saw a video on Instagram where this one guy was harassing this one girl, and I think he damn near was like kidnapping her or whatever, and she ran up to this black dude and started talking to the black dude, and the black dude like he like gave her a hint, like gave her a hint, like, this guy's over here trying to, you know, traffic me, blah blah blah, that type of deal. So all I'm saying is, you know, just like God gave you free choice. You have the choice. Like certain stuff, you're just not gonna have no conversations around with me, like talking about anything with a kid. You know, like don't have no conversations around me about all that, because I have the choice to be like, nope, we ain't talking about all that. Fuck, you know, like just getting like, or you know, talking about anything that could be like almost like a conspiracy type of situation. You have the choice to shut that down. Now it is, yeah, she's grown. She was grown enough, but like you say, she was very influenced.
She was young.
But
Yeah,
let's keep it a buck though. People do got to be accountable for their own situation. That's why she took a deal. She took a deal because she knew she was involved in some criminal stuff too. But I'm glad she at least was there to say what she had to say. And then the thing is she survived. She could have ended up just like Kim Porter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. 100. He was like a lot of years older than that child. Back then, she was a child.
Yep.
And I can't say when I was her age that I was the brightest either. When it came to making worldly decisions, I was not that bright.
Right.
Either.
You think you know everything at that age.
But you really don't. Especially when you have an older, experienced man influence you and dangling success in front of you.
Manipulating your mind, lying to you and shit. You just imagine.
But one thing I can do is what I respect about Cassie is that she is on the stand and she is telling the truth, and she's not embarrassed about the things that, you know, she's telling about the diseases and everything. So
yeah,
I can respect it about her. She could have took that to her grave, and this monster could still be out here terrorizing men and women and kids. In my opinion. But I just want to thank everybody for coming back. You know, it was a horrible technology issue earlier today, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming back. This is just the beginning. It's just segment 1 of Hip Hop is a Graveyard. I don't know who came up with with that saying? Was it you, Odell? Was it Jag?
No, Jag said that she came up with that. Hip hop is a graveyard.
Very, very, very good.
Graveyard.
I love that. I'm hoping that we can get through everybody. I don't know some of the people, but I know that you or Odell and Jag know more. Like, I don't know who Big L is, but she does. And
crazy.
she threw out some other names that we're in the dark about. So hopefully a lot of light can be shined on these deaths that have happened, in hip hop, because that's what we grew up on. Our generation is hip hop.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate everybody coming. I appreciate everybody.
You ended it here?
No, I'm just telling everybody thank you, just in case people want to drop off. I'm just telling everybody thank you. But come on, let's go. You got some more?
Yeah, keep it going, because like any just because we're talking about certain people, like I said, there's not like there's only so many people that we could talk about when it comes to the hip hop graveyard. There's
right.
many cases, there's a lot that we could talk about. So yeah, just keep it going,
I mean, and graveyard can mean more than one thing. It can be physical death. It can be career death.
Yep.
It's a lot of people's careers that died as well. So we don't only have to talk about, physical death. People's career have died because they did not want to play the game. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't want to play that. So we can go many places with this segment. A lot of places, because basically it is. If you want to play, you go to the top. You don't want to play, you either go in the grave or you just don't go at all. You just one-hit wonders. From me looking, I can tell who played the game and who didn't play the game. You can look at success at their success and basically just can tell who played this game and who didn't.
And on the flip side, you could look at people like very good friends of mine. Shout out to Arabian Prince. He was part of NWA and the Posse. You see him on the first album cover. He got the Jerry curl, light skinned dude, right? But he flipped it, and well, number one, his dad, I think his dad was like a publisher of like amongst other things like Blacktail magazine, right? And think like Ebony or Jet, one of them. So his dad was already like a success, money, right? And a person like Arabian Prince, he got into technology, and boom, it's like he's just behind the scenes. See, those are my friends. Like I know people, them trolls call me Dusty. They don't know my friends though. I got people that are really influential in doing things behind the scenes, and those are the type of moves that you really want to make. Like you get in the game and do what you need to do. You ain't got to always stay in this game and be the monkey on entertainer. You could be doing things behind the scenes, and he's a person that's behind the scenes on the tech side, and those are the types of success that these kids need to see too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The other side.
I do.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's not all about the top. Don't they say it's lonely at the top? Like you're at the top, but you up there by yourself though.
Facts.
And see, this is where we need to be at. I wanted to be the first hip hopper to put a satellite in space, but I'm sure I don't think I'm gonna be it. But because I'm affiliated with a company that does put satellites in the air, and I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want any of these trolls harassing these people. But long story short,
you got to talk behind the scenes then.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but those are the type of moves we need to be on, because trust and believe, there's no more oil there's oil. They just discovered oil somewhere in Africa. But what I'm saying is entertainment ain't the end all to be all where you can get rich. There's resources out there in the freaking asteroid belt that we could be getting and bringing back to the earth. Like all I'm saying is like expand your mind type of deal. Like we ain't got to be just lowbrow and just stuck on the internet and end users. We're the tech. Like the internet is made off of us. Why do you think they call it black Twitter? It ain't called white Twitter. They call Black Twitter because it was so influential. You get what I'm saying? So we as a people, and I'm talking about hip hop, and I'm not just saying Black folks. When it's hip hop is not just a race. It's the culture, right? So we got to get out of that paradigm of just like, oh yeah, entertainment, selling this and doing that and going to go. No, we could be really getting things popping, having satellites, cleaning up the space debris around the earth, going to deep sea to go get what do you call it? Dang on the resources down in the ocean and in the space, and we could be planting and Bill Gates got farms. We could be having farms. You get what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. That's where I'm at with it. Like I would not be on some, oh yeah, I'm definitely a push the cruelty free thing, but my whole thing is gonna be we're gonna be literally out of this world getting paper, getting our stuff together, getting resources. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's more to it than just the entertainment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. But everybody want to be seen, so that's why everybody choose the entertainment.
Right. But everybody got to eat, so how come we ain't got a hip hop farm? Saying.
Right. Right. You see it.
That's why I'm at with it. That's probably what that's why the trolls have been trying to troll me. They trying to assassinate me, God.
Right.
they don't want to see me win.
Right.
Number one, I'm gonna put them all in jail first, and then I'm gonna feed everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, people is wild though.
Yeah, man. Out of the box thinking. That's why it's with Leia with your channel. I'm always here to support, because that's what we got to be pushing, out of the box thinking. Everybody wants to follow, and I appreciate you for being a leader.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm so excited to help. With whatever you need. You're muted too, just so you know. Auntie. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good now.
So yeah. And I'm excited to see where you're gonna be going.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go on a positive note.
After you get your couple thousand couple 100,000 views, and 100,000 subscribers, and we get this network popping, and she'll have a platform over where we're at, or she could do her own thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. For sure.
Sorry guys, I'm kind of getting sick for some reason because I haven't eaten enough.
You getting a cold?
I've been having a cold, but
you just need some
stomach's
tea.
upset right now for some reason.
Oh,
actually,
man.
I probably need to eat. I haven't ate since yesterday.
Oh no! You better go eat. Come on, you can get off this live and go eat. What are you doing?
It's too late. It's too late for me to eat.
It ain't too late. It ain't too late to eat. Go get you a salad or something. Come on.
Yeah, some fruits.
Yeah, you get you some fruit.
I might eat a couple of crackers, but I can't eat this late.
I got
it's
you.
Too late. No. I'm fine now. I'm good.
Any damn time. I don't follow those type of moves. I know I've took those health classes. They say you got to eat with the rhythm, when the sun goes up and then down, and when it's night you're not supposed to eat. But shit, when my stomach is growling.
Yeah, I'm past the eating stage. If I eat and lay down, that's really bad. So I won't eat. I'll eat tomorrow.
Now you're not fasting.
I'll eat a couple of crackers.
You're not fasting?
I'm not fasting.
Okay.
No, I'm not fasting. I just been working on this video all day, pissing me off. But I'm okay.
Hard,
there's nothing wrong with fasting. I'm fine. I'll eat a couple of saltine crackers. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
And I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to eat this late at all. So that's what I'm trying to do. Move in a positive, just put out some content that has some substance to it. I'm so sick of this bull crap, And just people out here just trolling and attacking, just this family, period, for just no reason. All day, every day. So I'm gonna. I'm open to everybody. I mean,
they're so dead. They're so dead. Their subscribers, their YouTube subscribers, should be pouring out drink for them right now because
listen, because there's a certain bird that's flying around YouTube that think that we're gonna go back and forth with her. No, we shut her down. I'm done. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you ever.
I just got off the phone. I got off the phone with one of Atwood's people, and I'm not gonna say who it is.
They were.
Nick yelled at me.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but she tried to pull that whole I tried to SEX traffic her. She tried to pull the same thing.
I know you talking about.
She tried to pull the same thing on someone else. She tried to pull the same thing on someone else. So that's why I told you we're gonna get legal. Like I'm not addressing nobody. Like you saying something like that. Oh, okay, all right. Let's see how the court see this.
Yeah, it's bullshit because I don't know why you think that you look like Bad Breath Bay or anybody. Okay, come on, cut it out.
I feel like I know why she's doing it. It's the troll.
Well, yeah, she wants the
entertainment,
and she doesn't get attention in real life. So,
yeah.
She actually wants all of our attention, but we're starving her to death. We're starving. Tell Jack to just continue to starve. Continue to starve her. That's what we're gonna do. Worried about that crap. Hi, everybody say hi to the Autism Boy Cottage 81.
Salute Autism
Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna family thing. We're gonna stay positive. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Odell.
No, I was just about this. I was gonna say the same thing. All we're gonna do is just keep on pushing and keep on moving in the right direction.
We're not push out some.
Right. We're not tearing down people.
We're even
the whole
with substance.
Even the whole thing with Jag, she's been not so vocal right now because there's a lot going on with this Diddy stuff, and she doesn't want to take away from the trial. You get what I'm saying? So, like that's, but that's what we got to be. We got, it's come on. We really got to.
Y'all see how humble
and we're gonna be,
real that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're gonna be right here with her when she's ready to come back. And then me and Jay and Odell and Nick and all the rest of the crew, we're gonna feed the family content until she's ready to come back. That's all we can do is support her. Stay positive, stay away from this bullshit. Sorry for my French, but I'm just sick of it, man.
Jay Mizak,
sick of it. I feel like I'm gonna pull up and pop out.
What do you think of a cartoon? I gotta chop it up with you behind the scenes. What do you think of a cartoon?
I'm all about the cartoon.
All right, we got to chop it up because I got some ideas that I'm about to do. There's a few things that I'm gonna do, and I'll message you. And yeah, I think it's gonna go off, bro.
Yeah, no, that sounds dope already.
So, yeah, it does. So, I don't know who's up for tomorrow. Jay, you need to go live. Somebody go live.
Go live. I don't have StreamYard yet. How does the StreamYard, like, could we share the StreamYard? See how we going live?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the free.
You can do the free one and you can share. Yeah.
But I don't like the free one. I don't like you can't change the logo. You see how you have your logo there? It's going. I see. I feel you though. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna try to look for
I can share my StreamYard with you, Jay. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I'll
share it. How does that work though?
Yeah.
You just have to link.
Well, we'll talk.
You would have to put your channel.
Because we can share it how I'm sharing it right now.
Well, no. You would have her log in, and then you would have to have her log in too, and then you would just basically add your channel to her channels, and then you could either do her channel or your channel, or both channels.
You just add me.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
All right, so we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
We're going to start going live, Jay. Start going live, Jay. I got Nick to go live. It's your turn. Start going live.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this,
You can
Jay.
you have access to my StreamYard.
You don't have to always depend on StreamYard because if you just go from your phone, like if you go mobile uploads, you get for whatever reason you get a lot more traffic coming.
Yeah, but you got to have like a 1K followers, right?
You do?
To go live on YouTube?
Yeah. You gotta go live through
I thought
YouTube.
you gotta have like
You
either
gotta go
so
have
many
1,000
500
followers.
subscribers or so much watch
No, it's
time.
50. Hi, hello. 50.
Oh shit! So they
It is.
changed it because I'm
Hey,
old
Nick,
school
Nick,
with it.
Nick.
I remember the old way.
I hear you,
So
Nick.
all right, I'm gonna look into that. What's good, Nick?
What's going
What's
on?
good? Hey guys. I'm here to tell Auntie Leah to eat, and Auntie Leah is going to tell me to go to sleep because I've been up like over 24 hours.
It's probably like 6 o'clock, 6 a.m.
You go
over where
sleep.
you're at.
I'm not gonna eat nothing but some saltines. I'm not putting none on my stomach heavy. I'll eat some saltines. That's it.
Okay, Auntie Lee, but you got to eat, lady. Come on. It's 1:48 p.m. on Monday.
Oh, it's
yeah.
okay.
It's 11:49 p.m. here.
Yeah.
11:49.
Yeah,
Nick?
11:49 here
Well, we
too.
got.
Yep.
We gotta
you
get.
have- No, go ahead, Auntie. Go ahead, Leah.
I'm just saying we gotta get Jay to go live. That's all.
Yeah. If you go live, I'll go with you, man. Like I said, that's why if you want to do the mobile upload, because you can give me an invite, and I can go with you.
You got to
too.
show
So,
me
like,
that.
we'll figure it out. You know. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
is there no laptop?
Now you know I'll get on the panel with you. I'll get on the panel with you. You get on the panel with me.
For sure.
I'll get on the panel with you.
Mobile uploads is different. Like you could either because that's what I was trying to do when I sent Nick the link. No. I sent Nick the link when I did it yesterday, and you could have two people. It's basically then somebody can hop off and hop on.
Oh shit!
I can have
Okay,
up to 10 people on mine.
Yeah.
On the
you know,
StreamYard, yeah.
Adele, I think why your link didn't work is because I wasn't using my mobile phone to
That's
hit that
why.
link.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, it doesn't work from the laptop to the link. That link, I think.
Got it.
So you got to use your mobile.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're gonna hold it down until she's able to return. And talk to us. Right now, she has to do what she has to do. Talking about Jack.
She's good. She's good. She's in good hands, and everything is to the good. Yeah, it's just like they are the trolls again. Are just so. Was that one press? That's what that one says. So they're just so pressed, and
they are out there just losing their mind, aren't they? Because they don't know what to do without Jack.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they press because she pressure.
Exactly.
I'm loving it. I'm loving how they just grasp it. They're going back to old video.
I'm waiting for Donut to get back from wherever he's at because he know he's running scared. He is so scared.
Yo, was he the one trolling Gene at the?
Yep, that was him. That was him. That's why I was like, "Oh, you in New York?"
I was like, "I know that boy."
You punk.
Now,
He's a punk.
What if Gene would have broke his little ass in half? Then what?
I'm gonna make sure.
Like,
Gene,
don't.
I'm gonna make sure Gene know where he at. That's all I'm gonna say.
And Adele, I've got
Yeah.
some footage. I've got some footage for you.
Okay. Send it on over. Send it over.
All right.
Yeah, we holding it down.
So-
We're gonna do what we need to do.
So we'll hold it down. I know Odell's up next. He goes live every day, so we'll be on his live tomorrow. But Jay, get on live, okay?
Yeah, you gonna help me out?
Huh?
You
I'll help you
gonna
out.
help me out?
Absolutely. I'll help you out.
As long as I know you got my back.
I'll help you out.
Hey Jay, I've
I got
always
your
got
back,
your
boy.
back. I've always got
That's
your back.
what's up, Nick.
Got your back.
From all
I
the
know
way
that's
over
right.
here.
Yeah.
If I'm awake.
Mhm.
Got your back.
You better go to sleep, man.
I like that. I like that you snuck that in.
Oh yeah, you got to tell it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I'm putting together. I don't know I think the next person that I'm gonna do the segment on is Kathy White. That's who I'm gonna
Oh
put in my
man.
next video. Next Kathy White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. We probably should do something. Maybe I'll talk to Liz Crokin because you probably. Well, if you do it, let's build up. to that. Liz has got yeah.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say let's build up to it. Definitely do it.
I was
What I'm
gonna
saying is
find-
if you did like a part 2 or part 3, I could look into seeing if Liz could give you some commentary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
We
would
won't
be
be able to
dope.
do it right. We won't be able to do a deep dive without Liz. We won't be
Yeah.
able to do a deep dive without Liz.
Yeah.
That's just facts.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I've got
For
a little
sure.
tea.
So
I've
we're
got a
gonna
little
try to hit
tea,
everybody.
Auntie Leah. I've got a little tea
Spill the
to add.
tea.
I got a little no. And when you do the Kathy White one, it'll lead to another person,
Okay.
and then I've got a little tea for when you get to that extra person. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Let's do it. Let's show these trolls how to make real content, man. Because they don't know how to make no real. All they know how to do is get on live on the panel and talk shit. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And when
all
I go
they know
live,
how to do is make up lies and talk shit.
And when I go live, I end up having a party.
All right. So
I'm
let's
just
show them
saying.
how to really make content.
Yeah, we can do it.
Right?
Yep. As long as we can get things
This family
uploaded
has real skills.
yeah.
Put me alone. It wasn't my fault. I had to get the professionals involved. But I don't give up. I'll come back.
Yep. That's true.
I'll come back.
Yeah, but definitely look into that VPN side of the game because that's very vital.
I will.
Yeah.
And,
I wrote that
that'll be a
down.
lifesaver.
I wrote that down. Yeah, because I'm tired of it. It's like, why is it every time that I even think about putting Jag in the video, it goes haywire? It's crazy.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah. So anyway, I really, like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for kicking it with us, for being on the panel with me, for being patient with us.
Oh, for sure.
Can't wait till Miss Act goes live.
Yeah.
No
Just
pressure.
Let me know how you do it. If you're gonna do mobile, if you're gonna do regular, I'll be there. But I'm gonna drop down. I'll catch y'all. Peace.
All right, cool.
All right,
peace.
take care.
All right, guys. I am going to sleep. I'm tired. I'm gonna eat 2 saltine crackers. So I am.
2 saltine crackers.
12 o'clock.
Not all I can do. It's late. It's almost midnight. I can't eat real food this late. I just can't.
Yeah.
But so I don't know
You
who's
could
up
drink
next.
some though.
Yeah, I got some water. H2O. Some water.
I need water. I need water, food, and sleep.
I'm gonna go sleep too.
But it's the day for you,
so,
Nick.
I don't know.
I know, but I've been up, and this is where. So if I eat, this is the problem. If I eat right now, I'll get replenished. I'll wake up. I want to make some music, and then it'll be It's. But if I go to sleep now,
some assignments too.
Yes, I do have some assignments, and I just have a deep craving to make some music as well as assignments. You know,
Yeah.
Go to sleep,
I
Nick.
gotta email you, Auntie.
Go to sleep. I'm going to
sleep. The sleeping I need to do, but it's boring, and eating's boring too. But you're not doing that. Saltines.
Eating's boring.
No, no, I'm joking. I'm pulling a leg. I'm yanking.
Not good to lay down and let your food digest. It's just not good.
No, that's true.
I have to go.
Kat saying, do you have it like an apple or a banana?
I'm pretty sure I got a piece of fruit downstairs. I probably will eat a piece of fruit, Kat, but a couple of saltines because saltines settle my stomach. And I'll eat in the morning. I'll eat a big breakfast.
Okay.
If you got some oranges or like those little, what do they call them? Clementines. Mandarins.
Tangerines.
Yeah. Tangerines. Where did I get clementines from? Tangerines. Yeah. You could it'll open up your appetite. I think so too, because I don't know where I got that.
No, it's actually they're called that as well. They are called that as well. That's a brand of them. Actually.
Maybe somewhere.
Kat's yelling at you in the chat. She's saying those crackers can spike
you. The only person that yelled at me was you with your all caps.
Yes, it was, and I was
Kat's
yelling. I was absolutely yelling at you.
I
was totally yelling. Cut it out. Cut it out. All right.
Kat was saying the crackers is gonna spike your blood sugar.
I'm only gonna eat 2, Kat.
See, we're watching. This is why I was yelling.
Lots of water.
Jay, this is why
the sugar and fruit. Sugar and fruit will spike it more.
Oh,
than a
okay.
couple of crackers.
What is it? What do you got? Type 1 or type 2?
What you say?
A 2.
2.
I got type 2.
Oh,
Radio.
type 1. Okay, my bad.
Sorry. It's my very difficult to understand Australian accent.
Nah, it's not hard to understand.
That's so good.
It's not difficult at all. That's the excuse that Al gave.
Bluetooth.
It's all right. It's all right. And I'm like delirious talking, so you know.
It's okay.
So what y'all think about the Papoose and Remy situation?
I thought we were gonna talk about that tomorrow.
You want to talk
Papoose
about
and Remy?
All right, now
You
we
wanna
can
talk
talk
about
about
tonight?
tomorrow because remember it's no, we can talk about tomorrow because you can get your rest.
Let's talk about that because you got a video
it's gonna be long.
that I need to bring
and
up.
it's gonna be long. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to bring up
40
you
minutes.
already did a video, so we need to bring that
Yeah,
up
2 of them.
and watch it. You know, get
I got more
commentary on it.
coming. I got more I should have been did, but you know, shit. I had other
No, your channel's
engagements.
growing, dude.
Yeah, we trying.
Ooh, your channel's growing. Everybody, please subscribe to all of our channels. All of us.
Yeah.
I reckon
Keep up
they
with
all
the
are.
news. All of our channels. So, okay, it's 12:00 midnight, guys. So it is time for everybody to go to sleep.
Everyone to go
It's not
home.
12:00 midnight in Australia, but it
Time to
is
go home.
in the States, and it is in Canada. We're on the same
It's
time.
time to go home.
Time to go home.
Time to go home. She's kicking us out. Alrighty.
No, I am tired though,
Kicking
guys.
us out,
So we'll
Auntie?
hook up. Somebody will. I ain't cooking y'all out. Y'all can stay on here. I'll just kick out. All I gotta do is just click right here.
Hey Jay, what time is it your end?
12
He's
o'clock.
same time I'm
exactly.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he sounds wide awake.
Same time I'm.
Yeah,
probably
I
been
am.
asleep
I
all
took a
day,
nap.
knowing Jay.
Yeah, I told you I took a nap.
You sound refreshed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, you guys can do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm
you
50 years
catching
old. Y'all still
me.
youngins.
Oh,
Well, okay, Nick.
What?
50. What do you? I'm
Nick
older
is a
than
little older
Auntie.
than you, just a little bit.
I knew Nick was gonna say that.
I'm older.
Just
She
a
keeps.
little bit.
She keeps. Auntie Lee keeps pulling rank on me with the trying. She's trying.
I keep forgetting. I really do think that I'm the oldest person in the family. I really do. My bad. I don't know why I think that, but I do.
Let me tell you,
It's the spirit.
Natanya Rubin's a few months older than me. Okay.
Oh, say
I
word.
know. I don't know why I do that. And
Why do you do? Huh? What'd you say?
How old are you, Nick?
I'm 54.
All good. I'm
54.
I'm the big 5-0. Big 5-0.
You're the little 5-0. You're
That's
not the
not
big
too much.
5-0.
Yeah. Oh, 5-0. That's the year of
You're not that much.
completion. Oh,
Okay, so
fuck,
who
wrong
said?
tab.
Martha
Hold
says
on.
she's 55.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. I get it. I'm not the oldest, even though I feel the oldest.
I'm trying to pull rank, Cat.
I'm not the
trying.
oldest. Okay, just
Annie Lee never lets me.
you can have it. You can have it.
There
You
you
can
go.
have it. You can have it.
All right. I'll take it.
But anyway, so tomorrow we'll hook up. Tomorrow, I don't know who's going live, but somebody's going live. Jay Mizak.
Either one of us.
Mizak.
It's gonna be. Yeah.
One
I
of
don't
us
have
will.
a video. Because you know I
don't
can't
have a
go
video.
live without a video. I don't know.
You
how
could
to
do it. I
freestyle.
could present it. I could
Only
come
Nick.
just seeing how I'm in here right now, and then I can present it. I can see the
I know.
present symbol
You
right
can
here.
actually present it.
Yes, I can present.
Okay.
Yes,
tomorrow we're going to talk about Papoose and Remy Ma, right? Is that what we're talking about tomorrow? Papoose and Remy Ma.
That's one of the
So
topics.
everybody get caught up on the tea, because tomorrow we will be getting together about Papoose and Remy Ma and Carisha the Goat.
Yes.
The Goat. I actually like the Goat. I do.
The who?
I like her for Papoose.
Oh,
I
what's
like
her
the
name?
quote. Her name is Clarissa, right?
What did you
Clarissa.
call her?
The
What you call
quote.
her?
GW, the quote.
Quote.
GWOHT. That's what she calls herself.
Quote.
Like the greatest woman of all time. Quote. That's what she calls herself. She doesn't say goat. She says quote.
Oh, that's
GWOHT.
You made that
the
up.
greatest woman
She made that up.
of all time.
You know
She
what?
did.
That does not
She
that
did.
does not roll. That word does not roll off the tongue, and it sounds weird. It
Right,
does.
it don't have the ring to it. It ain't got the ring to
I
it.
ain't gonna.
Does not have any rings to it.
I ain't gonna.
Like Muhammad Ali. He always
I ain't
came
gonna
with,
run up on her.
he always came with a punchline.
Listen, I ain't running up on her.
The quote.
I'm not running up on her. She got guns. She can say what
It
she
sounds
wants
like
to say. She got guns.
I've got guns too.
She got
I
guns.
got them. Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, he got in your purse.
Guns ain't that big.
No,
Nick got guns in her purse.
Listen, I'm talking about.
Okay,
Listen,
Nick.
We're talking
She got
about
guns in her
arms.
arm.
We're talking about our arms. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
Nick.
got no other.
I'd arm wrestle you,
Yes.
Jay.
I'm not running up on Clarissa. Clarissa, you got it. You got it.
Yep.
Clarissa got
Yep.
it. Not doing it. Not doing
The
it.
quote.
She can be whatever she
The
want to
quote.
call herself. The quote.
Yeah.
Exactly. GWOAT.
It just
Long
doesn't
as
roll
she
off.
stay in her
Well,
own
I-
lane. Yeah,
Yeah.
she cool.
Who? Remy? Who? Clarissa?
Yeah.
Clarissa
Yeah.
or
No,
Remy?
I like Remy, but you see,
I
I
like
stay out
Remy
of
too. I
people's
like Remy
business.
Ma.
So,
I
so
like
I
Clarissa
just watch it.
too.
I'm
I mean, I like her
watching it
too.
play out. Yeah, I just seen that
I
the
like
lives getting
Clarissa
posted.
too.
I didn't see the lives myself. As you can see, it's not
But you
one of
know,
my lives.
Remy, she the one cheated. I mean, allegedly, she cheated on Papu. So allegedly, you know,
That's what
I don't know what's real and what's not.
That's what he's
You
saying.
know, Auntie Leah, did I hear you saying you don't know who the BBL is?
The who?
The BBL.
I didn't know what.
BBL.
Did I hear you say that
BBL?
earlier? Yeah, did I hear you say that you don't know who that is?
That I don't know what a BBL.
No,
I don't know
who?
who is the
No, the
BBL?
who, not the what. The who, not the what.
Who?
I don't know who is. No, I don't know who that is.
Okay, because I don't know who you guys are talking about with the papoose and the what's going on with the Remy.
Remy Ma is Remy Ma is an American rapper. Papoose is her husband.
Okay,
Clarissa is
Papoose' other girlfriend.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I better.
Allegedly, Remy cheated.
Yeah, go to my page and look at the lives I posted.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're supposed to talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah,
so you gotta
yeah,
get
we
caught
will.
up on this.
But we can't talk. I had to know what to learn before not talking
Yeah,
about it.
you got it. Yeah.
Jay said he got it on his page, so
All
go to
right.
Jay's
You
page.
have
Get
my
caught
link,
up.
Nick?
I'll go visit.
Yeah, we all got you.
All
You
right.
have his link. You posted for us.
I can't even find my own link right now, so that's why I was asking.
Nick, don't you be posting a link? I'll post it.
For Jay.
You got it?
Yeah, I thought you'd be
Yeah,
posting
Nick?
it. Who's that?
I don't know.
Somebody maybe posting it for us. Is it Temper?
Temper.
Hold on.
We've got.
I'll post it in the chat. Just give me a minute. I gotta open.
Whose link are we looking
Give me a
for?
minute. I'll post it.
Mine.
You supposed to
Yours.
For you.
Jay's.
Yeah.
I thought you needed Jay's link.
For me, I know. I'm a member.
I thought you had.
I mean, I'm a.
No,
I
I
don't know
thought
what
you
I'm
was
saying.
going. You were going to his page. You were going to his page to get caught up on the tea.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There's Jay's link.
You gotta look at the last. Actually, I premiered it. I said lives, but it's premiere. My bad. So if you go to the premieres, the two videos, the latest videos that I posted, just watch them and then hear their sides of their stories.
Radio.
And yeah,
I
let
will.
them tell it.
I'll weigh in. Yep, I'll weigh in. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it Glow?
There we go.
Setting West said her name is Glow, but I thought it was GWOAT.
But what the L? Lady? Greatest lady of all time?
No, it's Glow. Wolf is GWOAT. Whoa.
Or maybe he means something else.
I don't know, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for chilling with me, for kicking it with Auntie Leah. Who?
Is it?
Where? Get him out of here.
Is it greatest
Said
lover
set
of
in
all
the
time?
neck. Yo, we didn't even read it. Block this motherfucker. I'm in the wrong chat.
Whoa.
That ain't set.
Nah.
That ain't set.
What's going on here?
Setting the,
See, I'm on StreamYard, so I can't even chat.
yeah, I'm in the StreamYard. That's why
Hang
I
on.
see it. But I didn't look at the name properly.
Is that him? Set in the neck. Hell no. Get your ass out
was
of
it
here.
Cat?
Where is he?
Get your trolling ass.
Oh, Temper got him. Temper
got him.
Got him.
Oh, get your ass
What
out
the
of here.
fuck? They got the logo and everything. Hold on, let me go to the page.
We don't
Go to
we
the
don't play
channel.
with trolls. You better go on over to the Owl's house and play. She play with trolls. We don't. Okay.
And I just want to say, and that was boring and a bit late coming in. That was dumb timing.
Yeah, real late.
Lame. Lame.
We created that
Set the
page May 22nd,
Oh yeah.
4 days ago.
See, I was in StreamYard, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell, but anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. It's been epic tonight. I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow we're back live.
Yes.
We're gonna hit on the Remy Ma and the Papoose drama that's going on. What time, guys? No. I'll text you. You text me, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll set it up.
I'll figure it
And
out.
You can present it.
Hopefully
All
I'm
right,
away.
Again, thank
All
you
right.
guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you.
Love
Peace,
you too,
guys.
Annie Lou. All right.
We out.
Peace. Cheers.
We
See you.
love
Bye.
y'all.
Bye. Love you too.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.